New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
What is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy hump day. I hope y'all enjoying your work week. I'm just getting home now. I started the stream when I was like maybe down the street from the house. So if you excuse me, I'm gonna get situated on my computer. How we do. I'm gonna give a couple of shout outs real quick. My man Scott Jackson, what's going on? How you doing? I appreciate you for coming through yesterday in the blender. My man California in the building. What's going on, Michael K? How you doing, man? The Dolphineer, what's going on? Josh Allen is the next Elway. Haven't seen you in a while, man. What's going on? How you doing? Banana, how you doing, brother? We have Joe Rist in the building. I agree with you, man. The Bills are going to have a losing record this year. But you can't tell that to the other people because, you know, they're delusional and they live in their fantasy land. So, Mr. Raphael Courtright, what's going on, man? I hope y'all can y'all hear me? Let me know in the comment section if y'all could hear me. I'm about to stream. Yard. Yeah, man. I'm signing in the computer, so just give me a minute. What's going on? Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing, man? Hold on. All right. Here we go. I'm back in the building. I'm back. What's going on, man? We have a lot to talk about. I think we have some press conferences. So apparently the Miami Dolphins signed 2 offensive linemen. Let's see. Do an invite. I'll drop the link. Anybody want to come up? Come on up. Is that like isn't that what Archie used to call Edith? Wombat? Huh. What happened to the pink shirt? That was a work shirt. That was one of my work shirts. So at any rate, I love pink. What's going on, man? Dingbat. Yep. I know that's what it was, something with a bat. Oh man. Anyway, we have the press conferences here. Let me see if I could play the press conferences. We have some good press conferences yesterday from Dolphins media. I haven't seen them, so hopefully we'll check them out real quick. Dalvin Cook to Miami. I don't think that's now that everybody wants to talk about if he's coming back or is he going to stay with the Minnesota Vikings. Give me 1 second. Damn, there's no. I guess that's. Okay. All right. Let me see something here. Like as always, I got 19 in the room. Check this out. We have 2 press conferences. I'm gonna play. We have defensive end Emmanuel Ogbah or offensive tackle. All right, Pete. Or the offensive tackle. Which one do you want to see? Put defensive DT for which press conference should I play first? First to 3 wins. DT or offensive tackle? Which one do you guys want to see? Joe Riss with the new tackle. We got an Ogbah. Right now we're tied at one apiece. Come on. I like to give this a voting thing. You know what I mean? We got Kenner Rankin with the DT. All right, one more DT. Oh, defense. There we go. So Ogbah it is. By the way, I think Ogbah is going to have a better year this year than last year, in my opinion. I think so. We'll play that after the other 2 interviews. Let me hit this up real quick. I'll play that when you're up here if I could find it. Give me a second. So share screen. Here we go. And
last we heard from you, you were trying to come back if the team made a deeper playoff run. I want to know how has the triceps injury recovered? Is it 100% now?
It's going good. I mean, they're taking it easy on me during camp, but I've been fully cleared and I'm ready to go.
And since the end of last season, the team hired Vic Fangio as defensive coordinator. What are your first impressions of him? And have you thought of the ways that his scheme can benefit you?
Right now, I'm still trying to learn all the plays, different spots, trying to learn the different schemes that he uses. But I'm excited for him. He's a great defensive mind coach, and I'm just excited to do my part, help this team win. So,
thanks.
Daniel?
Go on, Emmanuel. Long time no see. How you doing?
What's up, Daniel?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I wanted to ask, like, kind of piggyback off David's question real quick. I know you mentioned it to some guys in the locker room clean out, but were you trying to come back from the triceps injury like the following week, or what was? Because obviously it would have been the divisional round, but when were you trying to come back from the triceps injury?
Yeah, if we had made a deeper run, yeah, that was my goal, to come back, do my best and come back and help the team. I know it's a long shot, but yeah, I was excited, trying doing my best to come back.
Got you. I wanted to ask off the field. I saw that there was an NFL Africa trip where you were and some other person from Africa were out in Kenya. Can you just talk about that experience? How long you were out there, and what were you doing, and what was the experience like?
So we were out there for a week in Nairobi, Kenya. It was an amazing experience. I got a chance to, coach up some football talent down there. We had different players from different parts of the continent, try out football. We had to teach them how to play football in like 2 days, and then they go through combine testing afterwards. But it was an amazing experience, how quickly they wanted to learn about the game, and, how they view it as a big opportunity for them. And, they were excited just to learn from us players. It was only 5 of us that were there, so it was cool.
Yeah, just appreciate it.
Mark Stallworth?
Hey, Emmanuel.
Yeah,
How's it going? All right. I have a question. I know the Dolphins, they play the Chiefs the day before your birthday. Do you have that day circled on your calendar due to your time in Kansas City?
Yeah, I was hoping we're at Kansas City, but no, it's exciting to go to Germany. Never been there before. Excited about their culture over there. Excited to see the sights. I don't know how long we're going to be there before the game, but I'm excited about Germany and play my former team too. So.
All right.
Well, I wanted to kind of follow up on the Africa trip and just kind of, I guess, ask you what you learned from the trip.
Oh, just like I said before, just being grateful for the whole experience. Like those kids, they didn't have much, but they were still willing to listen and learn, just take coaching from us. They don't have football there. Just being able to inspire them. A kid like me, I was born in Nigeria. I came here when I was 9, so they could kind of see similar parts. But yeah, I was excited just to be there. They absorb my knowledge that I and just want to learn.
Your episode of Fish Tank, shout out to Seth and Juice there. You talked about having your own football camp coming up in, I think it was July. I'm curious to hear more about that.
Oh yeah, I'm excited, every year. I'm excited about it. Talk to the kids. Just encourage them. Talk about my trip to Africa. Kind of try to inspire them. Just show them like those kids, they don't have much and they have more than them. They have football here and those kids don't have football. So I kind of just inspire them and just see, how they take it. So.
And then one more, I'm sorry if you don't mind here. What better opportunity than to ask for a scouting report on Isaiah Wynn from somebody who played against him? What can you tell us about the Dolphins' new offensive tackle?
Oh, Isaiah Wynn, I've had my battles with him. He's a good player and he's a good pickup for us, and I'm excited to have him part of the team. So.
Thanks, Manuel.
Burke? No, still can't hear you. We'll let Veronis ask your question here in a moment. Let's go to Omar.
Hey, Isaiah, I want to ask you about the talent in Africa. Obviously, the soccer and the NBA have picked up on that being such a wealth of talent. Do you think that if college programs were more aggressive in maybe recruiting people from the African continent, that it would thrive?
It definitely would, because it was definitely a lot of raw talent. Obviously, they didn't know what they were doing, and we had 2 days to coach them up, which was tough, but they picked it up really quick. And I would say this, if you give them just a couple of months just to teach them actual football basics, they will pick it up quick, and you'll be surprised how quickly they learn the game of football.
Hal?
Hi, Emmanuel. Unlike Chris, I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, no, I can hear you.
Tell us about the lion.
Oh, the line. No, it's just I don't know. It's just something about lion that just draws me towards that animal. But just they're leading, just being able to be a leader, and just the grit to take care of the family. But it's just I've always been drawn towards the lion. I don't know. I feel like it's my spirit animal, and for some reason I'm just drawn towards it. And which is funny, I know it's a zoo here, but I've never been to the zoo here, but apparently they have lions here that I didn't know about. So I will be making a trip to the zoo, just to check them out. But yeah, I've never seen one at a zoo.
Actually, in West Palm Beach, they have something called Lion Country Safari, where you drive through and the lions run free.
Oh, really? See, nobody told me about that.
Yeah.
I'm forward to checking that out. I haven't heard about that, so looking forward to it.
Changing gears slightly, I'm curious. The Heat and the Panthers are making some nice playoff runs and upsetting teams left and right, beating the odds. As a member of the Dolphins, where people are paying attention to what you guys are putting together, does that put any more heat on you guys to keep this momentum going?
I mean, shoot, they're in the driving seat right now. We're supporting them just like they will support us. I'm looking forward to this season going far. But taking it one game at a time right now. We're in OTAs. I got to focus on that, getting better, coming back from injury. I got to focus on that as well. But yeah, we're supporting the Heat and also the Florida Panthers, as they keep going.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Joe?
Hey, Emmanuel, it's Joe in Palm Beach. Good to see you.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, I think I have this right. There was just one game last year, week 9, the week before your injury, a win against the Bears, where you and Chubb and Jalen and Christian were all out there together.
Yeah.
What do you think about the potential to have all you guys together for more than just one game?
Yeah, it's big. We all obviously talented bunch, but I'm excited. I'm sure Vic is gonna drop some packages that's gonna have us in there. I'm excited about this new defense that we got going. Unfortunately, I know I got hurt last year, so we didn't get to see all what we can do on the field together. But it's a new season. I'm excited about it.
So in terms of like hand on the ground or standing, obviously all you guys can do both. If Bradley and Jalen are often standing and you're at the defensive end position, do you have a sense for, will you still probably the majority of the time be pass rushing from a standing position?
So, like I said, I'm still learning this new defense. So I'm going to be pretty much across the whole D line. So standing, inside, outside, it's whatever. I'll be doing whatever.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
David?
Hey, Emmanuel, I'll get you a Perks question in a second, but one more from me. I know last year didn't go the way you wanted, even before the triceps tear. Do you come into this year with an extra level of motivation, something to prove?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like I said, they've taken care of me. I got to go out there and put some good juice on tape. I struggled. Obviously, I battled some injuries last year, but I'm ready to go this year. I got to take care of my body better this year and just focus on the little things.
Okay, and a Perks question. When rookies have their first practice with the vets, do you see more excitement from the rookies or more intimidation? And what do you recall most from your first practice with vets?
I would say with these rookies, I think they're just willing to just listen and learn and observe. You would see a little intimidation because obviously they've never done this before. They've never been around a bunch of vets. But I would say they're willing to listen. They're asking questions. They're staying after. We're going through different drills with them. They just want to learn.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Last question, Omar.
With the scheme, you talked about being all along the line. What are the challenges that it creates? You played in a lot of schemes. What are the challenges that it creates for defensive linemen?
Just learning different schemes that you're not entirely kind of used to, but it just creates a lot of challenges. For the offense, it obviously creates challenges because they don't know where I'll be at.
Yeah.
But yeah, just having to just learn multiple positions. Yeah, it's a challenge, but you know, I'm well equipped to do it. Like you said, I'm versatile in different schemes, so I can adapt quickly on any scheme you present to me. So.
Awesome. Thank you.
That was Emmanuel Ogbah. What's going on, Pete? What's going on, Fred? How are you guys doing this fine, wonderful hump day, man?
What's up, Shake? Thank you for having me up. What's up, Fred? Just hanging in
Of
there.
course.
What's up, Pete? And what's going on, Shake? Nice to hear from you.
Same here, brother. Same here. Man, I think Emmanuel Ogbah, he's gonna have a better year than he did last year. From the standpoint of he's gonna have Bradley Chubb next to him, and I think he's going to be in a Vic Fangio scheme. I think he's gonna do a little bit better.
Yeah, Shake. You know, like I kind of watched Agba last season, man, and you know, to me, man, I could clearly see, man, like he wasn't 100%, man. You know, I mean, barely 80%, man. I could tell that.
That's how bad he looked. And I'm not gonna sit here and you know what, Shake? I mean, I'm not here to be the bearer of bad news, man. I just, you know what? This upcoming season, I don't have that much confidence. And it's not only on Agba, okay? I'm not gonna just sit here and make it seem like it's only on Agba. No, I don't have confidence on only guy I feel like I have confidence on this defensive line is Jalen Phillips in this new scheme. You see what I'm saying, Shake? Because this scheme, Vic Fangio, all we're hearing is, oh, they're going to count on the pressure of the defensive linemen. We're not blitzing. We're going to drop back a whole bunch of guys in coverage is all I keep hearing. It's going to be double safety up high, taking out the deep plays, and it's going to count on these guys to go out one-on-one and win their battles. And nobody, I mean almost nobody on our defensive line looked good last year, not even in one-on-one battles. They just didn't. It's just, oh, Wilkins has a lot of tackles. Yeah, he has a lot of tackles, but most of it was like on obvious rundowns. Like everybody knew they were going to run the ball.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Pete some on that, man. Like, you know, I didn't see our just four-man rush, man. I didn't see just our four-man rush. Just our four-man rush able to get the quarterbacks with just four-man, just a four-man rush, man. Like, you know,
yeah, we struggled, bro.
We were more effective in the scheme thing, man. You know what I mean?
And check this out, Fred, because look, I was thinking about this earlier today. It's just that, you know, in different places, you can't really talk ball sometimes. But here, I love TFTG, man. Shout out to you again, Shake, for this one. Letting me let this one out. Remember last year? Remember, this is just last year under Boyer, Shake, and Fred. I don't know. Agree with me if you guys want. But at the end of the day, I'm going based on what I saw as a fan of my team. Last year, this fan base was complaining because we were playing too much zone. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Remember? Now we're going to do nothing but zone, and we're supposed to be okay because the teacher has more experience. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
telling you.
I kind of was hearing about, like, you know, zone is, man, where we struggled at, man, and seems like that's all we're going to be into now is zone.
Exactly. Last season, this fan base, everybody cried, why are we playing zone? Fire Boyer. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to coach. He needs to play man with this defense. We need Flores back, Fred. That's all we heard last year because of Boyer. And now we're supposed to feel comfortable because we got Vic Fangio. He's going to teach these guys how to play zone. I'm sorry to tell you guys, Shake and Fred, to be honest with y'all, the zone didn't work last year under Boyer because he probably thought that the D-line was going to get more pressure. And the D-line was what failed him to get to the quarterback fast enough. And they just didn't let these young guys at the corner, plus the injuries. See what I'm saying? All the injuries we dealt with under Boyer, like, okay. Like, I'm telling you, like, this fan base is going to be up for a rude awakening.
I don't know if you heard me or not, but I said, listen, next year, I don't want to hear the defense needs to be acclimated bullshit. Apparently, he was top 5 defense wherever he went. So I don't want to hear any this defense needs to be acclimated excuse. And if there's a bunch of if we pile on injuries like we did last year, I don't want the injury excuse because Boyer didn't get the injury excuse. So at the end of the day, I expect this defense to play with injuries and take off year one because That's what I was told. So you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if I'm gonna ride with it. But of
And
course,
you know, ain't no.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, Shake. And you know, like another thing, man. You know, like I don't think this 4-man rush is really going to help Christian Wilkins out, man. He's just not the rush dude like that to put pressure like that, man. You know what I mean?
No, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Ralph, the good guy. But I agree with you, Fred. And that's another thing. Like, this is the thing. If we're gonna count on our defensive line to rush with 4 only and let them utilize their skill set in the back end, then guess what? We're not gonna be another high sack team again moving forward next year. Because I like I just said, Shake, I'm not making this up, dude. We were playing zone in the beginning of the year, and the fan base, everybody on every platform was complaining. I remember this.
Well, I have another example. Buffalo. That's why they got rid of Leslie Frazier, because Buffalo was playing too much zone defense.
Oh, how funny is that?
Yeah, but the Buffalo were able to generate some pass rush with their front four, though, man. You know, they were able to do that, though, man. You know, from what I've seen, like the last 2 years, man, they've been able to get the quarterbacks with just their 4, man. And you know, it's not a knock on Christian Wilkins, man. It's what it is, man. I think he's definitely good against the run, man, and he can also
I could agree with that,
interrupt plays, man, but third down, man, you know, and you just need some pressure, man. I don't think he's going to be able to get there like that.
Boyer made some of the worst decisions trusting some injured players on some of the most crucial downs last season. Oh my God. Xavier Howard Cook trusting him on one-on-one situations against the Bills.
Yeah.
Like, unbelievable.
And you know, and that playoff game, man, that's, you know, that Stephon Diggs on Xavier Howard, man, that hurt us a lot in that game. Howard got beat on a very important down in that game.
Hey, Fred, you're kind of like Fred. You sound kind of like in the blender. Is that just me, Shake?
No, yeah, he does.
Hey, no,
okay.
Bills will be playing zone again. You don't get rid of a DC that has top 5.
So, did you because I was still driving, Shake. Even did you play the Blackman interview, or are you gonna play this one?
I'll play the Black. Hold on. Where's
the Blackman is really short, but there's just something I want to talk about with the guys. Hopefully more people show up and stuff like that. But other than that, Shake, I just want to point out a couple things about Blackman and how it's crucial.
If it's let me see if I can find it. All right. We have
just type his name on YouTube. You'll see it. It's one of the newest ones. It's not like it's a real short one.
Yeah,
he was the undrafted. He was the undrafted quarterback, right, Pete?
Undrafted quarterback.
Yeah.
With other and he watch. Y'all gonna hear it.
He looks really young, man.
What was his name?
That's what I wanted. Right? Yeah, James Blackman, I think.
I put Blackman.
That's gonna pop up anyways. Miami Dolphins Blackman, it'll pop up right there. He's 6'5". The only thing is he
looks small. I mean, like real frail.
No, he's tall. But yeah, he's skinny. That's the only thing. Like, this is the type of quarterback that you could probably redshirt early on in the season if things flop with Mike White and Skylar Thompson. Then you get him out of practice squad week like 15, 16, 17, and 18, and see what you got in the last 4 in him. You know, but you got to build him up. He's redshirt for sure. He's skinny. He's too skinny, Fred. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. He'll put some weight on, man. You got Lamar Jackson was skinny just like that, man, when he got into the league.
And you know what? Lamar Jackson is thick now. Like, he's big with it now.
Yeah, man. I don't even think he'll be around with the team that long, Pete, tell you the truth, man.
Blackman, I don't think he'll probably, because they don't have time to develop a quarterback. This team is in win now mode. That's why I keep telling people, you know, you're just going to have to come out and win the team like like overnight, like how Skylar almost did. You know, to me he did, but according to the rest of this fan base, they think that he's trash based on his stats and stuff like that. But I truly think they actually felt comfortable running it back and getting a year 2 jump from Skylar if that's the worst case scenario if they have to fall back to. You see what I'm saying? They're giving the ride to Tua.
Oh, shit.
He fails. Boom. Next thing you know, Skylar's the guy.
Next man up.
Yeah.
What up? Shout out to Kevin Lee with a $10 donation already. What's going on? What up, Shake and panel? I think the defense will improve and will be a minimal top 10. I expect more interceptions this year, especially for X having help on the other side. That's what's up. Yeah, I could see that. Oh man.
What's up, Shake? You good?
I can agree with
he was
with the defense being in the top 10. I can agree with that.
I can see it, but again, man, like I gotta be honest with you guys, man. One thing about me, and you guys should know this already. Shake is like 4 years already. You know what I'm saying, big dog? Like one thing about me is you are what you were last. You know, you like 5 years. There you go. And it's like you are what you were last, and that's what I believe in. And Xavier Howard was falling off the tracks, man. Yeah, and it's just Pete, he played hurt. No, you could play hurt, but if you can't help your team, then you're just hurting your team. So now he double hurt us. You see what I'm saying?
You know what?
I don't know.
You know what I would? You know what I would be good with, Pete?
He had
I would be good
Shakir. He had Shakir, undrafted, whoever that guy is from Buffalo, doing them in, man. That can't happen. He had the dude Cliff Raymond. You remember Khalif Raymond from the Lions? The Lions receiver, Khalif Raymond. Never even heard of that guy. He's doing Xavier Howard in.
Yeah. But that was Shakir was
what's
doing.
What's going on, Cat for Life? How you doing, my brother? What's on your mind?
Cap.
Hello.
You're on a Dolphins line. How can we help you, buddy?
Yes, hi. I was calling to find out if it was possible to purchase a used but authentic lineman. Do we have one? Do we have one up here?
We don't know what that is over here in Miami. So next question.
Yeah, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, look, it could be worse. We couldn't even we were a month ago complaining we're not even making a move. So we make some moves, and I get it, man. Like, we're worried about these guys dancing on top of cars. I get it, but I mean, we got to do something.
By the way, this ain't the Miami Dolphins.
That's not the one.
This is an interview. This is an interview. I want to hear what you got to say anyway. So let's hear what he's got to say for a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna show you the one that I was
all the praise just for even being here, being able to get back with my teammates one more time, get in the facility, see all the coaches, see you guys again, to do a little media, man. I'm just thankful to be here and be in this opportunity.
What did you feel, I guess, the most good about when it came to the drills today?
Just being as confident as possible. Probably wish did a little better, but honestly, like I said, man, just the vibe we're getting from all the coaches, all the scouts, all our teammates, man. It's just the feeling of being back in Jones, bro. I miss it, and I was just thankful and grateful that I was able to get back here.
Where have you been training since the season?
I've been in Fort Lauderdale at XPE with Tony down there, and we've been doing some good training, man. He got me prepared for the day. Like I said, I wish I had some better numbers. I think I could have did a little better on, but honestly, it was a good process just working with him and growing and seeing my growth over the short amount of time.
How much feel you threw?
I had
I sent it to you on Twitter.
3 completions, I feel like. 3 completions. I feel like I shouldn't have any, especially when we're on air, but pretty good day, man. Pretty good day. I feel like I hit my targets. Showed off my deep ball. Showed my intermediate game how accurate I was, and I feel like I had a good day.
You mentioned the growth just over the past few months. Where have you felt like you've grown the most in? Just what area of the game?
Man, just mentally, just understanding the game inside out, defenses, defensive front, offensive alignment, assignment, just the way the defense want to take away certain route combinations, all the things that the NFL have going on. They got the new nuances. You got cornerbacks taking their game to a different level, just understanding route concept. They falling off on route. So just getting into the nuances of the next level of being a professional.
What kind of feedback have you gotten from scouts?
I had a pretty good day. That's what everybody's saying. Like I said, I was harping on the times a little bit, and they telling me that's good. And in the upper echelons of the quarterbacks that's in the draft, I did good, tested well today, and had a good day.
This is the moment I've been looking for all my life, and I just came out here, relied on my training, and I feel.
So that was pretty much a interview from Blackman. So
I send you the link on Twitter, Shake, the recent one of James Blackman. This is the one I wanted to talk about. I was going to come talk about this up here.
okay. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter. Give me 1 second. So, any other concerns you have, Pete?
Concerns?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the majority are with the quarterback, man. Like the fan base, these guys that are coming up on these panels, flip-flopping Shake and throwing stats at me and telling me this and telling me that and all this
Are we
if
good
and
on
if
special
and
teams?
if. Special teams?
Yeah, like what do you guys think?
I don't think our coach is a good special teams coach, to be honest with you. He puts
What
the
about
wrong
personnel, though? You think
players.
we're good?
Like Raheem Mostert, Cap, he was like an injury prone player, right? And they sit here putting him at kick return last year. But yet they're gonna sit here and say you can't put Tyreek Hill back there because he might get hurt. You can't put
That I agree with. That I have the biggest beef with. The biggest beef with. You got two Lamborghinis, you don't want to ride them.
you know, and especially in the most pivotal part of the season when you're trying to get into the playoffs, when you're in
And
the
our main
playoffs.
problem was what? Kickoff return, right?
Yeah, one of our biggest plays that got us back in the game, if you guys don't remember, in the Buffalo playoff loss with Skyler and in the playoffs, was Cedric Wilson's punt return.
That's why I
Remember
got
that?
into an argument yesterday, bro. I got into an argument with these guys because I was like, look, if we would have got Parsons, things would have been different. They're like, well, Waddle did this, Waddle did that. I'm like, well, if Waddle did so much, why didn't we use him on special teams? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Parsons out there breaking records, making defenses from last to first, get into the playoffs.
Oh, Parsons?
But I digress. Yeah,
You're
I
talking
digress.
about Micah Parsons?
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to JR Black and Carla Williams. What's going on? Sam Skeet, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Hope y'all doing well.
And don't get me wrong, I like Waddle, but we got to use him more, bro. Like, why
You
have
saw
a
what
weapon
Sam
and not
Skeet
use
put
it?
up on the board about Blackman? This is what I'm trying to tell you, Shake. Play that video that I'm talking about.
I'm playing right now. Hold on. I'm just
because this is I want to say it already, but I'm gonna wait till you play it. This is what I wanted to come up and talk about, honestly.
Can you see the video?
It's loading up, it's saying.
All right.
This is recent.
Cleo Lemon suited up for the Miami Dolphins back in 2007. 16 years later, another former Arkansas State quarterback is doing the same. James Blackman participated in rookie minicamp over the weekend. The Florida native is back home after 2 seasons in Jonesboro. Blackman threw for 3,815 yards and accounted for 25 total touchdowns. He signed with Miami as an undrafted free agent.
They showed tremendous interest over the process of the draft, pre-draft period. I got a lot of calls, did a lot of talking with a couple of the coaches, and I feel like this was the spot that I needed to be at. It was a spot for me, like you said.
You heard that, right?
No better place than home. Work. I'm in the playbook. That's all I can do. I'm here to work, get into the playbook because it's a big chunk of playbook that you got to learn, and I'm up for the challenge and I'm willing to put the work for it.
What would you consider a good rookie season for yourself?
For me?
Yeah.
A good rookie season, it's already started good. Just to be able to talk to you guys, have this jersey on, like, man, I come from nothing. And just to be here and get this feeling, man, that's just all I can ask for. I'm very thankful. And I'll figure out my role in the next couple of weeks. And I'll continue to grind.
Yeah, that's James, California. That's James Blackman. He's also a former Florida State quarterback.
Yep, you seen that, right? He had a few teams he could have chose. And this is the thing I be talking about. Like, teams view Tua as a weak quarterback. The players, they want to come here. He thinks he has an opportunity to come in and start. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. He probably looked at all the teams that called him. He sat here, James Blackman's like, it's an opportunity to go home, is the one he's going to run with. But then he's sitting on the back of his head. He's like, man, Tua's injury prone. And those other quarterbacks on the roster probably ain't really as good as me. So he decided to come here. Like, this is an unbelievable situation we're in, And ain't nobody trying to go out and play for the Kansas City and be a quarterback. There's a difference. There's a difference, man. And it's just happening to us. This is a player that decided to come here, And it wouldn't shock me if the season goes so bad to the point where we see Blackman. Like, it's not going to shock me. It is what it is. That's just this.
So you're saying that we're going to keep 4 quarterbacks?
Mhm.
We could potentially put him on the practice squad, Cap. You know, it's just going to be up to him.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think they'll keep him on the practice squad if push came to shove. Like we needed that depth, but I mean,
did you hear what he said, Cap? Did you hear what he said? That guy's already happy.
You remember when we were talking about having 3 quarterbacks last year that we didn't need it, and now we're like, yeah, we need it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now we might need 4.
Inflation, dog. Inflation's real.
We're gonna need another quarterback. So right now we got 4. Is there any other quarterbacks we have besides?
Honestly, I think we got 5.
Who's the
We
other?
picked up another. I don't remember his name. We got another guy.
Was it? He was an UDFA.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, before we get back into more Dolphins talk, let me just.
You saw him on the video right there throwing next to Blackman when you just played 18.
Let me see. This is about. We'll pause in between. You know what I'm saying? Because this is 16 minutes. We'll pause in between. If you have any, if you guys have any observations that you guys want to talk about, let me know and I'll pause the video and we'll talk about
just
it.
to finish up real quick on the special teams note, like, yeah, man, I just really hope that they really do use A-Chain and utilize somebody else. If it is a Barrios, so be it. But we switch it up, man. It's time to switch it up.
But before we go on to this offensive line, I thought you guys were going to talk about it a little more. This is what I did want to say.
Go ahead.
This Blackman situation. Let's say he comes out and he plays really good in preseason. Not really good. He just plays, good, and it looks promising.
Well, kind of like hold on, kind of like who's the guy?
Don't say Skyler.
No, not Skyler. The guy before Skyler. He played pretty good. Sinet.
Chris Traveler. Oh, Reed Sinet. Let's say he plays like Reed Sinet. Good one. That's a good one, right? And boom. And Skyler lights it up like he did last year. It's a complete same thing he did last year. He lights it up. Blackman looks serviceable like Sinet. And Mike White just looks normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
The best situation right there for the Dolphins is to keep Blackman as the 3rd quarterback, cut Mike White, save on some capital and on some cap space, and keep Skyler as QB2. That's the 3 you roll with right there. Now you can put some of that money on a position elsewhere to try to build and get more position. Maybe you could get a cheaper, like Cap for Life said, special teams is not that good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we could get a good special teamer.
You think
That's
he's
a good
what's the guy? What's the special teams coach? He'll be the next. What do you call it?
Scapegoat, Danny Crossman.
That's it. We'll see. Hey, let me. Like I said, we'll get into a few minutes. Like I said, if anybody has anything that they observed that they want to talk about, just tell me to pause and I'll pause it. All right. Here we go.
Here. So obviously you have a lot of familiarity with the Dolphins. The Dolphins have a lot of familiarity with you. The first couple of years, I know you spent a lot of time at left tackle, but this past season you were at right tackle. I was just kind of curious if you could kind of like look back at that switch to left tackle or right tackle, how you think that went for you, and would you feel comfortable playing either side in Miami?
Yeah, I'm good playing either way, either position. I'm just here to help the team to achieve one goal, and that's win. So that's the reason why I'm here.
Got it.
Omar?
Hey, Shake, can you pause that? Can you pause that, Shake?
I want to ask you about being a first-round pick. Not even just the.
What's up, Fred?
Okay, he was saying he was good playing with at either side, left or right. He did good, man. Like his first 3 years, I think, at left tackle. Shake. I mean, he had really good stats, man. When he went over to right tackle, man, he got to be trash a little bit, maybe because of injury, man. But I sure like the same stay at left tackle and back up Armstead, man. I like that. I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, I could see him. There's 2 scenarios, and I heard this one from TD. Either he could compete with he could compete with, goddamn, what's his name, Austin Jackson, or at worst case scenario, he's an insurance policy for when Terron Armstead goes down, so the drop off won't be that bad. I think one of the reasons why they haven't signed Shell when Brandon Shell was, because Brandon Shell was great on the right side when he played there, but when they moved him to the left side, as you've seen in the Houston game, because as soon as Armstead went down, they put him on the left side, and
he struggled.
wasn't good. Yeah. Because usually on the right side, even though I know technically the right side is the blind side, but the level of competition is nowhere near as good as it is on the left side. You know what I mean?
Right. But it's, you know, like a lot of guys, you know, our so far our starting right tackle he's struggling on the right side. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, push Shell back over at the right side. Well, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Austin, that's what I was hoping for, because let's face it, Austin Jackson, he's a natural left tackle. So if
but he struggled at left tackle too, Shake. Austin Jackson did.
Yeah.
He struggled at left guard.
I've been telling this fan base for the last 3 years, man, it's hard to evaluate this offensive line with Tua under the center, man. It just really is.
Fifth-year option, because even that's become an honor when guys get the fifth-year option picked up.
That's Omar Kelly.
When you're a first-round pick, is
Omar.
there pressure that comes with making sure that you have this monster of a career?
What you mean?
In terms of like being able to, you know, ante up on the deals and the contracts and being a proven starter. I know you've got 40 starts under your belt.
Yeah, I think that comes with just playing ball. You know, all that stuff's going to handle itself as long as you handle your job on the field. So I don't really got too much to say about that. As far as, you know, being first round, I think any position or any round that any player has went, you know, it's always pressure. This is a job, so you always working to do your best.
Not for nothing, but if you look at his eyes, he looked like he ate some special brownies, bro.
And how's the foot injury?
I'm all good.
Why is he laughing? Pause that real quick. Rewind that for a second. Why is that funny?
I think he ate some special brownies, bro.
No, that could be a little sign right there. The first opportunity he gets to sit the season and collect an insurance check. Keep riding that ankle out. Look, rewind it real quick.
To do your best.
And how's the foot injury?
I'm all good.
Like that's funny. Ain't nothing funny about that. You better come over here and work your tail off. He already giving me. He's about to collect the free check vibes, man.
Chris, we can't hear you. Says you're unmuted though.
Hey Liz, hi.
Why don't you work on that? I'll go to Joe Shad from the Palm Beach Post.
You know how like when a lawyer they like to get what's that called expert testimony, right? Hey Liz, if you're in the chat, does he look baked to you? I'm not saying he is, but I'm just saying, does he look like it? I like expert testimony. Man. By the way, no, we're not saying he's baked. Just putting that out there. He just looks like he is.
Hi, Isaiah. I'm Joe in Palm Beach. The other guy is Chris from the Sun Sentinel, and he's been waiting on a replacement laptop for like 3 months. So
why they lacking? Tell them to get a new laptop, man.
If his employer is watching this, please send Chris laptop.
Hey man, give Chris a new laptop, dog.
Thanks for backing me up on that.
Sure.
Hey, I was looking at your bio and it said you were born in Florida. Tell me about that. Do you still have any family in Florida? How long were you here?
I'm in St. Petersburg, man. I was born in Tampa, but I was raised in St. Pete. St. Pete is where I lived during the off season. So Florida is home. So I'm definitely happy to be home, no doubt.
Oh yeah. No, definitely. He's retiring soon.
Opportunity to start. Have you been told you will have an opportunity to compete for a starting position?
At least I'm not the only one.
I mean, yeah, that's a conversation you have to ask coach, but I'm here day in and day out just to better the team and contribute in any ways I can.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, and thanks for the
See,
perfect
he's
sentence.
here to contribute. He's not a leader. No wonder he lost his job in New England. This is a first round draft pick.
What's
I'm
up,
just
Isaiah?
here.
Marcel here.
I'm
It's
just
nice to
nah,
meet you,
man. I'm
man.
here to
Welcome to
beat
Florida.
somebody up.
Meet you as
I
well.
guess welcome to South Florida. Shoot.
Yeah.
What does Tampa call itself though? Because isn't like USF in Tampa?
Yeah, USF is in Tampa, but you know, I don't really claim Tampa. I'm from St. Pete. You know,
I love
was
Adam
only born in
Sadowski.
Tampa, but I was raised in St. Pete. So St. Pete is where I'm from.
Gotcha. Separate city. I'm new to Florida, so I'm still figuring out the specifics.
Yeah.
But not really anything about football here. Besides football, what type of things are you
It could be.
passionate about? Just trying to get to know you in that sense.
It could be just.
Oh man, my family, dog. I love my family. So anytime I get an opportunity to take a break, I'm normally with them. I love to laugh. I love to travel. I like reading. So
I love
yeah,
Twinkies.
pretty much. Yeah, I like outdoors. So I'm really cool. I'll be chilling, man.
What kind of places have you traveled to recently?
Recently, I haven't had a chance to travel. Last year was my most recent, and I think that trip I took the whole family to Turks, so we all went to Turks and Caicos. But more recently, just had a newborn, so we've been locked in and kind of stationed. There ain't too much traveling you do with them. So,
well, congratulations on the baby, boy or girl?
It's a boy. Yeah, appreciate it.
Congratulations, man. And like I said, welcome to Miami, South Florida.
Yeah, already. I appreciate it.
Travis Wingfield, Dolphins.com.
Hey Isaiah, nice to meet you, man. I'm here with the Miami Dolphins for the website and everything here. Welcome to South Florida.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions, but I'm kind of curious now because you mentioned you're a reader and someone that loves to read myself. Who are some of your favorite authors and some of your favorite books?
Ooh, favorite authors? I can't really say. I'm more of I just end up picking up books. The last book I read was about a guy. I forget the name of the book, but essentially he drove off a cliff and he ended up surviving. He fell asleep on the way to work, on the way home from work. He fell asleep. Drove off the cliff and his life wasn't going too well. So he ended up surviving. He climbed up the cliff and essentially he started a whole
Agree
new
with
life.
you, Carla, 100%.
So that was an interesting book. But I'm just big on just like picking up any type of books. So you got any recommendations, hit me with them.
I'll definitely do that. For another time, though.
Yeah,
I do want to get to my football
The
question.
freaking playbook.
And I jumped on late here, so I
Hey,
apologize.
can you
if I
pause for a second,
answered the
Shake?
question,
I
but
got a
what attracted
question.
you to the Miami Dolphins
Okay,
to come
yeah,
down here
for sure. Hold on.
and join us here in South Florida?
Give me a second.
Definitely the
Go ahead. What's up, Kari P? First and foremost, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Shake? Buddy?
What's up,
going on, pal?
KP? Long
Fred,
time
Pete.
I ain't hear from you, buddy. What's up?
Yeah, man. Hey, one thing I haven't heard anybody say in regard to Isaiah Wynn is, have you guys seen his size? The guy is barely 6'2" as a tackle. Now, I know with our O-line player outside zone, there's a premium on, O-linemen who can move, right? Who can get outside. So, hold on, let me turn on my TV.
I mean, you know what? This video right here, KP, actually is confusing because from his head and his shoulders, I think this guy was huge based on this video right here.
No, he weighs a lot. His weight.
Yeah,
his
he's
weight, I think
6'2", 311 pounds.
Yeah, for that
Are
height,
his
it is a lot
arms
of weight.
extremely long for his height? Well, like, what elite trait? Because look, I mean, KP, he's already fell off the Patriots.
Right. I'm not saying I know. I'm asking the question because typically you want your tackles to have long arms, like you said, and have long legs, be able to occupy a lot of space, even if you want him to move. Right? Could this be why he had trouble in New England? I mean, is he getting overwhelmed at the point of attack? No one's brought these points up in regard to this guy's signing.
Well, you
Now,
know
he
what
must-
I
Okay,
find
go ahead.
interesting. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Kari. What I find interesting is that Chris Greer, the last pick that we got, had short arms. He drafted another short arm tackle.
Right. Yeah, Eichenberg and those guys all had that knock on them too. You're right.
Oh, you're talking about the 7th rounder Hayes?
Yeah, short arms as well.
Okay. Yeah. So
Hey, remember, we used to have a defensive tackle. What was his name? Willie Haynes? Y'all remember it?
Oh, yeah,
Next
yeah,
to
yeah,
Wake.
yeah,
Willie
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hayes.
I know. Yeah. He's the UFO guy.
Willie Hayes.
There you go. I think that was his name.
Yeah.
Defensive end or defensive tackle.
Yeah, he was a
For the
defensive
Dolphins?
tackle.
For the
Yeah, he was.
Dolphins?
He was.
For
He
the
was a
Dolphins,
defense.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember him because he tried to because he tried not to rough the passer, and doing so, he tore his quad. He tried not
Oh
to.
yeah,
When he
was
fell on
that
top of
him?
the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Was
him.
No,
that him?
his name wasn't Willie Hayes.
William
His name
Hayes.
wasn't Willie Hayes, man. That was
William Hayes. Yeah.
It was William Hayes. Yeah.
William Hayes.
He played for the Kansas City Chiefs before he came to us.
No, he played for the Rams.
The Rams? Oh,
It was the
okay,
Rams.
okay.
Yeah, because
Okay.
he came with that T.J. McDonald and them
Yeah.
boys together.
He was good against the run,
yeah.
but also could give you some pass rush. I remember that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He was pretty decent. He was pretty decent.
Yeah, he was a pretty good player.
To not get a penalty, he landed wrong. I'm like, damn, just get the penalty. I don't care.
That's my fault for throwing it that way. It was just the name, and then it kind of reminded me of him. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, but on this guy Wynn, though, I wonder, he must have elite movement skill for the position. And then maybe he's like a Jason Peters type, just strong at point of attack. But, I know he's a former first-round pick, but I really don't know how much we're going to get out of him.
I mean, KP, one thing I know about the Patriots is they almost I don't even think they've never had the worst offensive line in the NFL.
No, they're known for having guys who you don't know about, like guys from off the street almost.
Like
who
Jack
but they play
Jack
together as a
Mason.
unit. They play together as a unit,
man,
and that's probably biased towards Brady because Brady made them look better than they actually were.
Yeah, I think Wynn could be pretty solid if you ask me, man. I really do.
Oh well,
It's solid. Definitely as solid as a couple of guys here. I mean, that's starting. I mean, you know what I mean?
Well, I am glad they're addressing the position because that was one of my criticisms of the offseason, that they weren't addressing the O-line when it was such a glaring need. And, the last two pickups, him and the other guy, Ogbah, came from the Jets most recently, another former first-round pick. At least they're addressing the position. But again, I don't know how much you're going to get out of these guys,
Yeah, you know what's funny is, Chris, you ever see those memes where with the pawn shop people? I think this is like Chris Greer goes, "Hey, the best I could do is win," and the guy we got from the Jets, that's the best we could do.
Yeah, kicking the tires on these guys, man. Kicking the tires.
You see, like last year, we got Teddy Bridgewater. He was you see, I'm different, guys. I get it. We got first-round cast-offs on that offensive line, but I'm being biased here because of the simple fact that I think the quarterback position is actually the problem position. So I sit here, and last year I was like, okay, we got a first-round draft pick, backup quarterback to compete with Tua. I honestly didn't think, Tua was going to be better than Teddy Bridgewater. Coming out, I thought Teddy Bridgewater was going to clearly beat him out. And then it showed that Teddy Bridgewater was better than Tua. And then it showed that Skyler was better. And we all knew because it was already a little skeptical coming out because we stopped Fitzpatrick, rolling hot Fitzpatrick, and we benched him for Tua, who wasn't even better. So that's when I'm sorry, Fred, but that's when the conversations in my head started coming up, Jake, when it was like, oh, this is a political stunt right here. This is not about he beat him out in fair competition. This is not that he's the better player. This is all about that he's a top 5 pick. Maybe the fans are begging to see him, but he's not better. So we didn't when you come to think about it, our quarterback position since Fitzpatrick has been regressing. And you'll be like, oh, Pete, man, last year we did good. Remember, Tua was an MVP. But then we forget his last 4. He regressed bad, technically.
It's to me, man. It's simple. Why the offensive? To me, it's simple. It's why it's struggling, and that is because our quarterback isn't a threat to take off for 10, 15, 20 yards, man. And so the guys aren't even worried about that, man.
Well, did you see the Orlovsky critique? Did you see the Orlovsky critique that Barry Cunningham had up earlier? Well, basically what he's saying is it's not necessarily that Tua isn't a threat to run. It's that he's not executing the reads that he needs to and going through and getting rid of the ball. Him holding onto the ball puts the O line at a disadvantage because he's trying to create plays that he can't, right?
Exactly.
And so
Okay, fill me out on
and
this.
I tell you
Fill
what,
me out. Go ahead, Pete. Go ahead, Shake. Go ahead, Shake.
the only one knock I had from him that I saw, and like I said, I'll wear the hat of Tua in here. I don't give a fuck. But the one gripe I did have is I think Tua was trying to do too much to try to prove people wrong. Well, I look, I could throw the deep ball. I could do this. I'm tough. Listen, quit trying to prove the doubters wrong and just play football and play complimentary game. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to do too much. Don't try to do too much to prove. You
now,
don't have
Shake,
nothing to prove to nobody, bro.
is that Tua trying to do too much, or is that McDaniel putting him in a position to prove the haters wrong? Was it McDaniel's play calls, or was that Tua himself, or maybe a little bit of both? You know,
I could be a little bit of both because you know what I'm saying. Because you know, at the end of come on, at these press conferences, right? What's one of the things that stuck out? He goes, "Oh, I think I'm getting pretty good at my deep ball. That was a little jab, but yeah, that was a jab. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that clearly tells you right there that he is paying attention because he brought it up the press conference itself that he was taking a jab at the people, say, "Hey, I got a deep ball. Look at that."
And let's not pretend that we didn't have some success. It was partially successful for the first half of the year.
One thing I always say about Tua does have can throw a deep pass if he
anticipates it,
and
releases it.
He has if he's using his hips, if he's using good mechanics, he can. He's not like Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick where he could flick it from his wrist like that. You know what I'm saying? Not too many quarterbacks can.
Well, Tua can't throw a deep ball. Tua can't throw a deep ball. Let's say like in a situation where the receiver's play is not a long ball. But let's say they call a slant. This is what I'm talking about, Shake. Let's say they call a slant for Jalen Waddle, right?
Mm-hmm.
The cornerback comes up to jam Jalen Waddle. When Jalen Waddle, after the snap, when he goes, he notices that the corner plays inside, so he has to try to beat him outside. Let's say he gets that outside containment and he goes to take off for a deep bomb. Tua's never going to throw that deep bomb because he might not even look to throw, you know? Like he's just going to throw it to a spot. That's the scary thing. So if Tua beats the jam to the outside, he takes off for a bomb, but on the play script on Tua's head is he's going to be right here at this spot. This is where I got to throw it to. So he might throw it to nobody. He's just going to throw it to us. It might be a penalty, Shake. That's what I'm saying.
You know what, Pete? I don't even want Tua to throw that long bomb like that because for him, when he gets out of the pocket and has to throw it, he has to stop his whole body and load up, Pete. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, man! Tua out of the pocket, like
that's where,
Tua on the run has one of the most inaccurate footballs that I can see in the NFL.
Pete, I'd rather he just keep it, pick up what he can, and get down, bro, for real. Because like his long ball on the run, Tua has to stop and throw that long ball and wind up and throw that, man. And stopping Pete, I mean, that guy at defensive tackle is going to catch up to you. Stop it. If he can't throw the long ball on the run, just keep it, man. Go ahead, get what you can, or get out of bounds, man. Do that.
I think Tua's in trouble week 1, to be honest with you, Fred. Go ahead.
Get him back to the offensive line discussion, right? And this guy Wynn and Ogbah. Another point that was made was that the issue with the Dolphins was maybe the personnel on the O-line didn't match the demand from the scheme, the outside zone scheme. We didn't have the bodies, to make the scheme work as a guy like McDaniel or Shanahan would have intended. So maybe these guys, these smaller O-linemen, if they have the plus movement skill, can filter into the rotation enough to give us the kind of, operational capability that we didn't have last year. Because if you think about it, we did have bigger guys, like Greg Little, he's a monster, right? Art Shell's a big guy, right? Teron Armstead is more of your bigger prototypical tackle, although at his best, he does have plus athleticism. You can't take any athleticism away from Armstead. But maybe these smaller O-linemen, if they have, again, I don't know, maybe if they have the plus movement skills, we'll get better unit play from the overall unit. Because I think that's what we're going for when we get a guy like Connor Williams and make him a center. Connor Williams he gets good movement for that position, What do you? I don't know what you guys think about that, but that was the critique that Orlovsky and the ESPN panel had made yesterday or early today in regard to the Dolphins. So,
hey, KP, I hear what you're saying, like having mobile offense, smaller, more mobile offensive linemen, man. But when it comes down to it, we got to run the ball to take time off the clock. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
How do you I don't know about that holding up like that, man. But it is what it is, man. I know what you're saying about the smaller,
KP,
quicker linemen, man. I know what you're saying, though.
Yeah, exactly what he said
Yeah,
is
I don't
I
know,
agree.
baby. Yeah.
But to
Go ahead.
add to the point, to add to the thing is, to me these are just camp bodies, because if I was trying to finish my last point is we went with old first round cast offs at offensive line to make the fan base feel at ease, like we got good offensive linemen, and like look, he was an ex first round. You see how they throw that at you, on the media, and they let it be
Selling
known this is a first round draft pick. This is another
Yeah.
first round draft pick that we're
Yeah.
getting. These aren't just
They vote
regular guys out of the streets. These are ex
They vote
first round draft picks. So this is what they're throwing at us. And this is exactly like I was saying. Yes, I might be being a little biased, but again, we did it last year with Teddy. It felt fraudulent. Fitzpatrick, Tua was never better than. So we could have went out and got a Sam Darnold. We could have went out and got a Baker Mayfield, who put these two guys potentially could be starting for their next teams right now. Baker Mayfield for sure might be starting. Sam Darnold might be starting based on injury right now, as we don't know yet. But again, we didn't do that at the quarterback position, but we did it with the offensive line. And I just feel like if we would have done it with the quarterback position, hear me out, guys. Even if we would have done it with the quarterback position, just like we did it with Teddy Bridgewater, there's politics involved. So no matter how, whether it's the quarterback position or the offensive line, these guys can be ex first round draft picks, just like Teddy Bridgewater was. The position is still going to be given to Austin Jackson and Liam Eichenberg. You guys book it. Like I'm serious. Like I already know.
That stuff kills me, man.
Week
I hate
one.
that.
Listen to me. Week one, our quarterback is going to be Tua. Our right tackle is going to be Austin Jackson, and our left guard is going to be Liam Eichenberg. They're selling all of this here right now to us to make us feel at ease. It's a play. And this is what's going to happen in the next 2 months. This is the crazy part. One of these guys might give up. They're going to say, "Oh, he got hurt." One of these guys are going to turn around and get cut. They're just going to turn around, and then next thing you know, week one is around the corner. Liam Eichenberg is your left guard. Austin Jackson is your right tackle. And this whole fan base is ready to go, saying, "Yep, they beat this guy out. They're good. They're ready." And everybody's satisfied and happy. By week 4, I don't think they're going to be feeling the same. But this is just the way I see the season crumbling down to. I'm sorry. It's a political thing that's going on. Positions are given to here in Miami, no matter what we bring in. And that's just the way it goes.
Hey, by the way, I just want to say, look, I'm looking at advanced stats. Carlo was saying that Tua led the league in deep passes, whatever. Here, hold on. I'm going to share this to your StreamYard. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I saw her. She's had more than 1,000 yards in deep passes and stuff like that. But here's the thing. I mean, to look at it with a magnifying glass, though, on a lot of those plays, it was the receivers making the play. Coming back, making awesome catches. The ball was behind them. I mean, there was meat left on the bone. When it comes to a lot of those deep throws. So even though it was plus 1,000 yards, could have been even more. But maybe that's being a little bit too critical, a little too picky. But go
by
ahead.
the way,
Could have been.
Kevin Lee, I apologize. I missed your super chat. Thank you for reminding me. I was looking up at some advanced stats. When I'm looking up some stats, whatever, I can't see the StreamYard. So I apologize, Kevin Lee. Thank you again for the $10 donation. I agree. Miami needs a playmaker, then runs like Lamar, but Tua is not that kind of QB, unfortunately. He can't hold on to the ball. He gets hurt always. Plus, he has a hard time with better teams. So,
that's yeah.
Hey, welcome, Lewis. By the way, welcome to the show, my brother. How you doing?
What's up, Lewis?
What's good, Shake? What's good, fellas?
Hey,
What's
I
up, Lou?
saw you cooking Stephen D and them guys earlier, Lewis.
Oh
I
man,
tried to get in and help.
Listen, KP.
dude,
I told you.
that was a delicious meal, by the way.
Listen, I told everybody I'm starting a apron brand, a chef apron brand, and it just says cooking folk. That's what it says in the front.
Oh
It just says
man.
cooking folk. You know what I'm saying? That's all I do out
Oh
here.
my God.
I
There
just
you
cook
go.
folk.
There you go, man.
Oh my
Is that the
God.
screen? Better share the screen. Hold on, let me share the screen. Got that. What's up?
What we doing today? We crying over Tua again?
That's the
Hey,
No,
problem.
man.
That's the
No,
meat.
man.
That's like
Trying
the.
not to, man. Trying to critique these
I
O-line
mean,
moves, man.
hey, Lewis. Yup, I'm crying about Tua today, and I'm gonna cry about Tua tomorrow too. At the end of the day, that's what the problem is here in Miami and the Dolphins. And the problem is the little quarterback that don't remember many plays that we got. Hey, this is the only quarterback I know last year. I already asked anybody. I told him I'll pay him. Matter of fact, I'm raising the stakes. $500. So anybody that can find me a clip of another quarterback in the NFL last year that got called for a delay of game with the first play coming out of halftime. That only happened to Tua.
Oh my God.
That only happened to Tua, where the guy can have a delay of game on the first play and in the third quarter opening
by
the game.
the way,
I don't know how can that happen.
We
Wait a
talk about
minute.
everybody, Lewis. Everybody wants to shit on Jimmy Garoppolo. He was 4th in the league in passing yards, so I don't want to hear no bullshit from him. Look at that.
Yeah. The 49ers used to be the fans telling everybody, look at Jimmy Garoppolo's stats. Look, Jimmy went 5-0. Next year, we're going to the Super Bowl. Then the same
Pete.
fans turned around and said he was a limited quarterback. That's what we're
Pete,
dealing with here, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey, Pete, I'm not even saying that you're wrong. I'm saying, can you remind me what game that was, though, that happened the first play in the second half? I don't recall that happening.
Oh my God!
Man, I wish somebody could recall that game, man. Oh man, what game
By the way,
was that?
welcome Rogers Goodell's burner account, Pete. I love you.
No, I'm trying to remember, but it happened. Pete hates Tua.
What's
what
up,
he
casual Dolphin fan? Yeah. You hate
game
Tua.
was that?
Pete hates. Here we go. Pete hates Tua.
Well, he said Pete hates Tua just like his parents hated him growing up as a kid. Yeah. Roger Goodell's burner. You can't even have a real account. I can't even have a real account. He loses there.
I'm just trying to find out. Pete said that it happened to Tua. I'm not saying
on the opening. I'm telling you it happened.
Okay. Well, again, all I'm saying
last season.
Again, Pete, you're not letting me finish.
I can't remember the game, Lewis. I'm sorry.
Well, then
what do you want me to tell you?
Okay. All I'm saying
I don't think you'll make that up, Lewis.
Hold on, Fred.
I'm not making that up.
All I'm saying is, I just, with all due respect, Pete, I can't take that serious if you can't tell me the game. Yeah, it's funny to me.
I'm gonna look for it, Lewis. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for it. When I do find it, I'm gonna just send it to your Twitter account on a message. Simple and plain. Let's stop. Does anybody in the chat remember? Does anybody in the chat remember that?
No, nobody says.
No, I don't remember it, Pete. I don't remember it.
That never happened, Pete.
Oh, that never happened.
Stop lying.
Now I'm
Pete,
lying.
you gotta go.
Wow.
Hey, Pete, you gotta go find that, Pete, man, and
you know what? I am.
You will be the king.
I'm gonna do that. Since I got called a liar, I'm gonna do that while I'm on the phone with you guys right here.
I said it sounds like
you just said.
Oh, wow.
You just said I'm lying.
No, it sounds like a lie. Let me rephrase it. I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying without the proof. And again, listen, I'm not saying I'm right. I could be wrong. Shake Money.
I'm telling
Fred.
you.
Hold on. Shake Money, Fred, or KP. That the other guys that are up here. Do you guys remember that happening?
What was the question?
I don't remember it.
What was the question?
I don't remember it, man.
Pete said in the second half, the first play of the second half, there was a delay of game penalty on Tua.
Hold on.
I'm just trying. Did that happen?
Which game?
Hey, delusional Patriots hater. How am I a hater, dude? What have I said to make me a hater, delusional? Damn.
You're a hater all of a sudden, Kari?
Yeah, you know what? Kevin Lee, I think you're right, Kevin Lee. Wasn't that Skyler against Minnesota? I think you.
Kevin Lee. No, that wasn't.
Oh man.
No, because Skyler went out in the first quarter.
And Kevin Lee. By the way, Pete isn't a member, so you could ban him.
What do you mean?
Damn, Pete. I think they got you, bro.
Oh man, boy, when are we gonna stop, man?
By the way, I
You
just
know
want
what's
to
crazy?
I just want to shoot
If
off
it's
some
this game.
I just want to shoot off some stats real quick from so Tua threw 50 passes 20 yards or deep, 19 30 yards or deep, 40 yards or deep, and 7 50 yards or deep. Like I said, I think when he stands in the pocket, has good mechanics, he could throw the ball real deep. I don't think he has the ability. Maybe he'll improve this year.
Yeah, listen.
He takes the risk.
He's seeing the right thing when he decides to go deep. I think he's making the right decisions. But his execution of those passes, though, those aren't your photographic, picture perfect deep passes. You're seeing the receivers have to slow down, adjust, come back. And at some point that's going to catch up to you when you're going up against top notch cornerbacks. So that's what we're saying. But I think his decision making on taking those shots, I think it's a double-edged sword, though, because I think he made the right decision, but I think at the same time, those decisions are what gets him in trouble when it isn't there. And that's when he takes those hits. He's looking for that big shot, or it was last year at least, and then he runs into trouble. Yeah.
By the way, Michael K. Josh Allen only has 4 50 plus deep, 12 40 plus deep.
Yep.
20 30.
Yep.
So, in conclusion, Josh Allen is overrated trash.
Absolutely. And the one thing KP just hit on, and I agree 1,000%. That's what gets Tua in trouble. He's always looking to make the big play. Instead of taking the check down, instead of, to Fred's point earlier, just tucking the ball in. Again, he's not Lamar Jackson. But if there's 3 or 4 yards of green grass and then you slide down, do that. To KP's point,
I'm good with that.
What KP said, though, is absolutely right. But this is where, again, and people call me a flip-flopper, and just hear me out. Because what I say about our football team, and I think Tua, barring any injury, could lead us to a Super Bowl, right? Bro, Tua's never going to have the arm of Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, throw it 70, 75 yards down the field, hit someone in stride. That's not Tua, right? Okay, we already got past that now. We're going to leave that alone. Bro, Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl had Devontae Smith running wide open down the sideline. No one in front of him. No one around him. Where did that ball land? On the outside, right? He had to catch the ball falling out of bounds. And where were they playing? In the Super Bowl. All I'm saying is, for everything we criticize Tua, it's every little thing. Well, the receiver has to slow up. The receiver had to come around and, bro, it doesn't take the fact away, right? And this is all I'm saying. And again, I'm not trying to change nobody. But if you get out of your feelings, right? And I'm not saying nobody hates, because I don't think they're truly like that. Hate, I'm never going to say KP is a hater or he hates Tua, because I don't believe that. I'll even say that for Pete. All I'm saying
I don't hate Tua.
That's what I'm saying. I'm making that point. I don't think nobody hates him. I think we just criticize him. We critique him, correct? And that's fine. All I'm saying is when we come out here and we say, well, Tua can't do this. Bro, did Jalen Hurts hit Devontae Smith in stride? He was in the Super Bowl, right? It's like nobody's – it just seems like everybody else – and again, this is just me talking. It just seems like everybody can have a mistake here. Everybody can do something wrong here. And that's fine. Oh, they got an elite arm, so they're elite. They can run the ball, so they're elite. Bro, nobody, I haven't met a man walking the face of this earth that is perfect. And I'm not saying Tua is. All I'm saying is, does it with the team that we've built, right? And just the optimism. You don't really think Tua, barring any injury, you don't think Tua could lead us to a Super Bowl? Like, that's all I'm saying, bro. We've seen Brad Johnson. We've seen quarterbacks like Trey Lance
bro. Hey, Lou. Hey, Lou.
First and foremost, let me give a shout out to Chef Jew, the ambassador. And what's the question? Shake, the 50-plus deep ball passing. What was the question? I don't understand the question. Can you ask me How many does he have? He has 7 passes, 50 plus or more, which the second highest, the first highest is only 8. So not too many quarterbacks. Look at this. Patrick Mahomes has 5 passes. Jared Goff, 5 passes. Let me see. Mac Jones has no passes with 50 yards. Baker, so to be in the 50 or more pass category, Tua has the most, 7. So at the end of the day, if he has more 50-yard plus passes than any quarterback except for Russell Wilson, look, he has Aaron Rodgers only has fucking 2 on this list. So
right.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you know what?
like
You
Jake,
could
how many of those passes have wide receivers had to come back to, bro? Adjust, come back
even
to
so,
get them.
even with that, Fred, you got to look at the Tyreek Hill factor and his ability to be the premier deep threat in the league as it stands. I'm sure if you showed Tyreek Hill with Patrick Mahomes in previous seasons, you're going to see Patrick Mahomes' deep ball numbers go way up. You know what I'm
By
saying?
the way, yeah, we're not saying they're yak yards. We're saying these are legitimate passes, 50 or yards. We're not saying they're yak yards, bro.
Right.
And that was an obvious focal point of last season. I think it was a goal of both McDaniel and even Tua to show that he had this, because this was a big part of the criticism coming into last season. So, it was emphasized. It was emphasized. And like I said, in the first half of the season, he showed that he could be successful executing that. Right. And yeah, you're 100% right, Lewis. When you look at quarterbacks attempting deep passes, a high percentage of them passes are not going to connect. There's going to be plenty of, even when Aaron Rodgers played us last season, I remember Aaron Rodgers shooting over the head of one of his receivers on a deep shot. You're going to miss a lot of times, right? But our connections, even though Tua had a high number of those connections, a high number of those deep passes, has good numbers on paper, that still doesn't mean we can't critique the connection. And I think
absolutely not. I agree.
that lack of yak, right, at the end of those passes is something that we can evaluate. Come on, now.
I agree.
First of all, the
I
coaches
agree.
are doing it, right?
I agree
Exactly.
1000% with everything KP just said. I'm not saying not to criticize him, because again, I've criticized him on most of those deep passes that he threw last year. What I'm saying is, and what I think is the hypocrisy, and I'm
I
not
agree
calling
with that,
nobody out.
TCRR.
I'm not calling anybody out, right? But when we say Tua underthrew Tyreek Hill, okay, that is a given. There's no debate. We're all football fans up here, and let's not lie. We don't only watch the Miami Dolphins. I can go pull tape right now and put it on this screen of Patrick Mahomes underthrowing where Tyreek Hill would have to slow down and catch the ball.
Exactly.
Are we gonna debate that? Because I could pull up the film right now. So if you're gonna tell me, right, that we're gonna criticize Tua for doing it, right? Which again, if we want to do it, we could do it. But let's not act like Patrick Mahomes didn't do it neither. Because there was a lot of times that hold on, Fred. There's a lot of times that Patrick Mahomes is throwing into double coverage and Tyreek is making plays jumping over people, having to slow down. Did that not happen?
Tyreek out jumping people for a
Did
Mahomes.
that not happen? No. Did Tyreek get underthrown by Patrick Mahomes? Or is anyone going to sit here and
Oh
tell
yeah,
me that?
I'm pretty sure he did, man. I'm pretty
So
sure
then
he
what are we
did,
talking
man.
about?
Well. Let me tell you what I'm talking about, Lewis. We never seen. Wait. Okay, I see what you're doing.
Before you cook,
I wasn't. Go ahead.
I just need to get to the super chat real
I
quick.
see it. Go ahead.
Shout out to Kevin Lee with a $10 super chat. You guys have to admit it is great test for Tua to face 2 teams we had a hard time with right off the bat. We will find out a lot if Tua has changed the way he plays. I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna not only is he gonna play the same team that he struggled with, but he's gonna play them healthy.
Yeah.
To my point back to Lewis is I don't think you could find me a clip where the timing of the play, Lewis, the script of the play, where the timing is, you're gonna see Mahomes underthrow Tyreek Hill. Now, do we see Mahomes underthrow Tyreek Hill? Yeah, it's probably a bro. What?
Hey.
Hold on, Todd. Hold on, Todd. I'm gonna
Hold
get
on.
to you. But
it better be a 3, 5, or 7 step drop. 7,
I'm
3,
gonna give
5,
you,
or 7 step.
I'm going to give you a 7-step drop. You remember the first Super Bowl that Patrick Mahomes played in, the first win against the 49ers? When they were down 10 with Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill? You remember that pass that he threw to Tyreek when Tyreek was coming across the field wide open, right? And where did Tyreek
I don't
have to
remember
do it?
that.
I know you. Of course you don't. You know why? Because it kills your narrative. Because
I just need to see it. I need to see it.
Hold on. Because Tyreek Hill had to stand, not stop. He had to stop on the middle of the field and wait for the ball to come down. It looked like a fucking punt. Does anyone remember that?
Not this past year, but every other.
I didn't think so.
Listen, hold on. But
Stop.
hold on. I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Every other year, I've watched every time the Dolphins weren't playing in Kansas City I had to watch Kansas City because of my girl. And Tyreek was underthrown. 9 out of every 10 passes deep were underthrown where he had to slow down with Patrick Mahomes. He would have to slow down and play jump ball a lot of times.
Okay,
So,
hey Lou, let me put this out there, right? All right, as far as being able to throw deep, okay? Check this out. Now I'm gonna ask you, have you seen this in a game, bro? Have you ever seen Tua overthrow a guy? A deep ball.
Tua? Yeah, he overthrew Gesicki.
Have you ever seen Tua overthrow a guy on a deep ball?
A fly route? Nope.
One time Gesicki was wide open, he throws it out of bounds.
You know, hey, but don't pull up the Tyreek narrative is what I'm saying, because there's some players that you just can't overthrow, and Tyreek is one of them.
That's fair. That's fair. I think Tyreek is that kind of guy.
Did you answer my question, Lou? Did you answer?
To be honest, I don't remember him overthrowing anybody. No, I would say no.
Oh, okay.
But then none that I remember.
This is.
But what does that matter? But what does that matter?
No, the point I'm making, the point I'm trying to make, man.
The point you're trying to make is pointless. The point you're trying to make is fucking pointless. You know who I did see overthrow?
It's not pointless, man. Don't get mad at me because I brung up this, man. Have you ever seen him overthrow a guy? Have you ever seen him overthrow a guy?
Hey, Fred, and I answered your question.
Yes,
Okay, man. Okay.
I've seen him. I've seen him to overthrow a guy. I seen him. He overthrew Jakeem Grant. I think he's overthrown guys before.
I'm sure he has, Shake. But where I told
that Jakeem Grant shot. That's right.
What's up, everybody? So is this the discussion of what Tua is better than Mahomes' discussion?
No, hold on, hold on. What I'm telling Fred is that bullshit fucking story he tries to fucking paint don't hold no goddamn water. Because you know there's a quarterback we did see that had a cannon for an arm in the Miami Dolphin uniform. They used to overthrow receivers. His name was Ryan fucking Tannehill. Was he a good quarterback? Because he could overthrow fucking people? Bro, this bullshit has to fucking stop.
He was a
Y'all
mid
are fucking
quarterback. He's an
ridiculous
average
already.
quarterback.
Hey, by the way,
you're moving a goalpost.
We got to start bringing up quarterbacks from there.
You're moving a goalpost. That still doesn't reflect the fact that he still have a weak arm.
Did Tannehill overthrow people yesterday?
But he didn't have a weak arm. But he didn't have a weak arm.
Again, let me
Lou, my point is,
let me not argue with
Tua
people who
can't.
don't understand.
When they come out.
I'm just saying.
He can't overthrow a guy, bro. This is what I'm saying.
Let me stop arguing with people, right? That don't make no fucking sense.
Hey, Lewis.
Hold on.
Hey, Todd, that was a bad statement you made. Mahomes don't overthrow people 90% of the time.
Hey, KP, let me ask you a question.
He did not overthrow Tyreek. Tyreek did not get overthrown in Kansas City.
He don't underthrow him. You said 9 out of 10. That's a high rate.
He did.
Not underthrow. I could go find you right now
and
draw a freaking 100 plays, and you can show me 90 of them.
Show me a game where Tua overthrew somebody. Show me a game where Tua overthrew somebody.
This is fucking ridiculous. Y'all don't make no goddamn sense, and then y'all motherfuckers don't like listening fucking either. Guess who had cannon for fucking arms? Jamarcus Russell had a cannon for an arm. Was he good?
Yeah,
no.
Hey,
he didn't have the mental. He didn't have the mental.
Did Ryan Leaf have a crazy amount of fucking arm strength?
It don't matter who's supposed to battle what's above the neck, not
Did
below
Chad
the neck.
Henne? Did Chad Henne have a cannon for an arm?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, did Jeff George have a cannon for an arm?
That was
You
the
ain't
best
getting my
arm I've
point,
ever
dude.
seen in football, but the worst
I don't think.
quarterback.
And I don't
think
like
you
that
getting my
either
point,
because
bro. You ain't getting my
people act
point.
like you can't have both. You can have a smart quarterback and have a cannon of an arm. We
Okay,
had one by the name of Dan
and
Marino.
we don't have one that has an arm that can go 70 yards. We have a quarterback that can throw up 50. What's the fucking difference?
Right. So hey, let's
Right, that's what I'm saying.
let's
we
get
get
beyond this
baited
point
into
then.
these arguments as
Let's
if
all
it's
agree.
one or the other. You can have
Right.
both.
Let's
My
all
point
agree.
is-
Let's all agree that Tua doesn't
Marino
have the
had both.
strongest
He had
arm.
great smarts and he had a strong
Right.
arm.
But it's not a noodle arm either.
Right.
I'm not gonna say
Let's
it's a noodle
agree.
arm.
Let's all agree that Tua doesn't have the strongest arm, right?
But he
What
doesn't have
does
the
he
weakest
bring to
arm
the
either,
table?
though.
What
doesn't
does he
have the
bring to the
weakest-
table that makes him a good quarterback?
Hold on,
Because
can
I
we
think
agree that-
this is where I was going to say this is where I think the never-ending argument always breaks out. Like this morning, for instance, I hate to bring up another show, but on the other show, people were saying, "Well, what if Tua had Bill Belichick as his head coach? How would things have been better for him?" On Stephen D's show this morning,
Yeah, you
people,
can bring up
people,
Steven D.
yeah.
As long as you don't talk shit about him, we're good.
No. I would never talk shit about Stevie. But the point is, you got some people in the community who constantly see greatness in Tua, and I think that's where the argument starts. Because a guy like me, I have not seen that many great moments. I mean, I give you the second half of Baltimore. I might even give you the Arizona in the first season, right? But beyond those fringe moments, where have we seen greatness consistently? And if you say that the arm is not the best, right? I'm not going to say it's weak, right? But it's definitely not strong, right? Where do you see the plus attributes that give you confidence that Tua is a great one? There's too many people claiming that he is great. Well, I'm like, I keep on asking the
have a
question.
great arm to be a great quarterback. Joe Montana didn't have a great arm.
100%. No one is saying you have to have a great arm to be a great quarterback
That's what I'm saying.
at
That's
all.
why I hate when we get into these traps. These arguments are trapping us into you only could be a great quarterback if you don't have a great arm and have smarts, or vice versa.
Right.
You can be a
can
mixture
have
of
all
both and
tools,
still be a good quarterback.
like Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, good will get you to win something in the NFC. Good is not good enough in the AFC, guys. So it is what it is.
Well, the question's still out there. What gives you confidence that Tua is great? Granted that he doesn't have a great arm.
Oh, well, there's
somebody
nothing.
to point those things out.
I will say this past season he went through a streak that only Kurt Warner's done.
Well, wow. Two quarterbacks that didn't have a rocket of an arm and had to win with the correct play call.
Kurt Warner, though, is a Hall of Famer. Kurt Warner is also has championship, has rings.
Kurt Warner also benefited from an all-star wide receiver cast. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Oz Hakeem, Marshall Faulk.
And probably the best running back in the NFL.
Maya
And
TV,
Marshall
you should
Faulk.
go to Twitter where he has the mute button available.
They had no business losing.
Hey, no, I agree. Hey, Maya TV, you know what you should do? Go get your own fucking show, you hoe. And then you can just tell people to shut the fuck up.
You should see when he has the mute button available.
Oh, good.
What's up, Mr. Paul?
How's everybody doing? All I got to say is the guy who the last comment. You stick your head in the lion's mouth, you get it bit off.
Hold on, I want to
How's everybody
We're
doing?
going to win the Super Bowl because we have a better 53-man roster.
We're not doing good, man. This fan base hasn't persuaded me to get off of Tua not one bit. It's been the same drama for going on 4 years.
So we still
Mr.
talking
Pop,
about Tua.
When are we going to stop?
We were trying to talk O-line at the beginning, Mr. Paul, but it evolved into
Here's the thing. Let's settle it like this.
It's been O-line problems, KP, for 4 years too.
No, but here's the thing.
We can't find that out.
Let's just wait until the season starts and see what happens. We can sit here and argue all we want to, but we're not gonna know nothing until the season starts and it ends.
Exactly.
Because
So
if I'm going to be convinced that this is a top 5 roster, anything less than a Super Bowl is a bust.
Yeah, so we can be 2 in this or we can be 2 haters. but we're not gonna know anything until the season starts and ends. Plain and simple.
Well, I know it
That's
all
how.
right
That's
now,
it.
Mr. Puck. That's the difference between me and a lot of you
Well,
other guys.
and hey, Pete,
I already know it's already a wrap. This is a cook. This is a done season. We're not
Well, we don't
competing.
know that. We don't know that.
Pete, don't say that,
I'm
Pete. Don't say
trying
that,
Pete
man.
has pointed out the most important point today in today's show thus far, and that is: do
I'm
politics
not falling for
run
the
too
trap.
many of the Dolphins' main decisions at player evaluation and talent? And I think
Thank you,
that's been
KP.
Pete's strongest point tonight. He's not just pointing
Thank
to the
you,
quarterback;
KP.
he also pointed that out relative to the O-line decisions, right? And I think he's onto something. That's just my opinion. I think
Yeah,
he's
that's
onto
gonna be
something.
the
Yeah.
downfall of this, and that's why I don't
But
believe in it
KP,
no
is
more.
the
KP,
politics running our
like
offensive line
they're
decisions?
not like it was Flores trying to build something. They took it away with us. They took away Flores. That's it. Understand that. Right now, at this point, it's all Greer because what was Flores trying to do? Now, when we think about it, Flores was trying to get the company guy out of the way. Flores really wanted competition. Flores said, you know what? This guy at Walmart, where I went shopping last week, had some really nice calves on him, and he looked like he can tackle better than this first round bust we just drafted. Let me give this guy a call. And it worked. So Flores was looking out for the team as a competitor, as being who's the
KP, I got
best
a
guy on the
question for
field.
you.
Right.
Greer, on the
100%,
other
Pete.
hand, is
100%,
giving it
Pete.
away.
KP,
And I don't like it.
of,
I don't like it.
What's up, Crypto?
you think that that's more political with our offensive line and
Well,
linebackers?
yeah, we were discussing that earlier, Crypto, and yeah, we were wondering whether these signings of Wynn and Ogbah were just window dressing, or whether they would have a legitimate chance to compete and win the starting job.
I think Wynn could win a starting guard job at left guard.
Guard, guard.
So
Okay,
it was more
that's
so
interesting.
Oh, so that's it. You guys
I
gave up
think
on
moves
Dan
was
Feeney
based
that
on
quick?
appeasing the fan
No,
base.
I think
It's like
the
what?
fan base.
I think Feeney was
No, but
Feeney
here's the
was
thing,
Hold on,
though.
I
If
can't
I'm
hear
not
Crypto. I
mistaken,
can't hear Crypto, yo. What did Crypto say?
Yeah. No, I'm saying, so you're saying that this move on the offensive line was based on appeasing a certain segment of the fan base.
Well, that was the question. That was the question we were
Exactly.
discussing at the beginning.
That's
Yes.
what it is, Crypto. What do you
okay.
think it is? What do you? How about what do you think, Crypto?
I don't know. I said I don't know.
Because at the beginning,
Yeah.
Greer gave us a statement. Even during the draft, he said that you guys are more worried in the offensive line than I am. And then he went out there and said, sitting by McDaniel, that I'm confident in Austin Jackson and Leon Eichenberg going forward.
Exactly.
And then he followed it up at the draft and said, you guys are more
but here's the thing.
Here's the thing with Wynn.
So
Wynn
he just
is
threw you guys a bone with this Patriots
I think-
signing and just say
I
to
think-
throw you a bone and say shut the hell up.
Hey,
I know
That's dumb. That's that. But
exactly what that
Crypto.
was.
But Crypto, there's
and
two
backup,
sides to
and
the.
we know Armstead is going to go down at one point, and I think he could be a quality backup at left tackle.
That's
That's
all
what
that
I
move
said.
was.
Right,
That's his
and
last
plus
signing.
and plus he's
Like, you
young,
guys
and then
need to shut up.
and then also too everything. You know,
Yeah,
we
we
keep
really
talking about
don't
all
want
this, but
Armstead.
we don't know it yet until the season starts.
One thing I do know is that when Tua goes down, Armstead is going to go down with him. Yo,
Well,
Tua's down. This is his
Todd
vacation.
Todd brought up
When
an
Tua goes
interesting
down,
point.
that's
Pete,
Armstead's
wait a minute. Are you
vacation.
saying that
Todd
they
said-
go hand in hand? Are you saying it's collusion between Armstead and Tua?
Well, LeBruno
Yeah,
said
that's when he takes his vacation. He's like, Tua's down for a month. I get a month. I get a month off.
Todd LeBruno said he sees Isaiah
like that
Wynn
last year. They
starting
both
at
went
one of
down
the guard spots. What do you guys think about that? Because we weren't
As-
talking about his size
Isaiah who?
limitations. Wynn, the guy we signed, the left
okay.
tackle. Because
Right,
really,
he's 6'2", right?
He's only
He was
6'2".
a monster guard
Yeah,
in
he's
Georgia.
6'2".
He
He
played
was a
guard
monster
in
guard in
Georgia.
Georgia. Okay. So you think that might be where he's projected to play on this line going forward?
Yes,
Because that
I
would
think
plug
he
in a big hole at right.
I think
Go
he
ahead,
goes
go
to left guard. I think he goes to left guard, and I think Austin Jackson is your starting right tackle. That's what
And
it is.
and then also to that guy that I think Wynn is still young too, so he still has some learning to do. So who knows?
Right, that would make a lot of sense if he can provide.
Hey, hold on. Let me get the flow. Let me get the flow real quick. I just want to welcome Liz. I thought that was Michael K. Sorry, Liz. What's going on? I'm glad you're up here. What's up? How you doing?
Hey everyone.
The floor is yours.
What's up, Liz?
How you doing, Liz?
I just wanted to tell Pete he's right. It was the Bills game.
Oh, what's up,
posted
Liz?
the link to
Yeah,
it on
What Bills
the
game?
chat.
I don't want
No,
I don't
let
want
her
to
talk.
get.
Let her talk. Let her talk.
I didn't. No, I was
What-
just saying I didn't want to get her. I didn't want. I was gonna play the link, but I didn't want to get El Capitan in trouble with the NFLs. I mean, so you
Was
know,
it the
Don't do
first or
that.
the second Bills
Don't do that.
game? Because I've already checked like 6 games and I couldn't find it, Liz.
it's in the private chat, Pete. Looking.
Well, which
It
I'm
was
just asking.
posted on January 15th, 2023.
Oh, it was Skylar Thompson
That's
in the
when
playoffs.
the link was posted.
That's who it was.
Probably.
Skylar Thompson. I'm still having Skylar Thompson playoff.
So
Oh
wait
my
a
God, the
minute.
play
So
calling
wait a
was
minute.
horrible.
So wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait
What
a
am I
minute.
missing here?
So Pete. So wait a minute. No.
Uh-oh, we started
So
something.
wait a minute. So
Lewis,
Pete. So
What the hell
Pete.
just
somebody
happened
time
here?
Lewis out. Can
Wait.
somebody just time
Wait.
Lewis out?
Wait. Let me
Can
get.
By the way,
somebody just time Lewis
Let
by
me
the way,
get this right.
hold on. I just want to point out something real quick. As of now, until El Capitan tells me on this channel, he has to be on this channel to tell me no members can't be timed out. So, yes,
Let me get this right. So Pete was up here saying
I
that
knew I was
Tua
right.
was trash. That Tua was trash because he was the only quarterback in the NFL that had a delay of game coming out of halftime. And you mean to tell me it was Skylar Thompson?
That's who the quarterback was, but it was Mike McDaniel. That's what I meant to say. It was Mike McDaniel.
Oh, that's what you meant to say. Oh,
Wait a minute. What was it?
I meant to say Mike McDaniel's the only coach in the NFL.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's no other coach in the NFL that's happened
This is fucking great.
That's what I meant.
What happened with McDaniel? What did I miss?
He was the only coach in the NFL that got a delay of game on the opening play of the third quarter coming out of halftime. No other coach had that problem.
Hey, did somebody see something that came on this morning that when this guy supposed to be criticizing
play of the third
Coach
quarter,
McDaniel?
it happened to Coach McDaniel in the playoff game.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Mr. Paul Orlovsky.
Didn't Pete
Okay,
say he
yeah,
would
right.
Didn't Pete
Yeah,
say
but-
he would double the donation? Didn't Pete say he would double the donation if someone found the clip of Tua? Pete,
No, I said if they could find. I said if they could find another quarterback that happened to.
Oh, okay.
Another team. Another team.
No.
That doesn't happen. It only happened to the
only happened
offensive
to Skylar.
genius Mike McDaniel.
Oh, okay. Oh, but when it happened to Tua, it was Tua. But now that it happened to Skylar, it's McDaniel.
It's double standards.
Oh, okay.
What the heck?
Hey, Alex, how's the new Laker fan doing,
How
Alex?
you gonna blame a 7th rounder in a playoff game?
Well, the new
This
baby
is
is
why I
doing
fuck
great.
with Pete, man. This is why I fuck with Pete, man.
The new baby is great.
You mean the 7th
That's
rounder
it.
is getting a pass, Pete? You can't do that. 7th
Pete,
rounder
is that-
don't get passes
What?
in the Dolphin uniform.
Pete is a
Seriously?
You
cerebral
can't
assassin.
blame a 7th rounder. No.
First of all, when you're a senior in high school and you're a freshman, freshmen get they get the blame for something, but you get away with it. Seniors don't.
Pete, Kevin Lee said you said 500, Pete. I thought that's what you said.
Pete, I said I would
500,
double it if
man.
you could
A lot of
find
people got
another
paid today.
team that happened to. Go back and listen. I didn't say. All I said was go back and listen. I said it to another quarterback, and I did say Tua because I did think it was Tua for some odd reason. But that's what I was saying. I was looking for the first yeah, man. That happened to no other team.
Mr. Paul,
No other team had that.
what do you think
And
about the
then,
shot?
hey, Lewis. So
What do you think about the shot against
moral to that
McDaniel?
was honestly.
I
think
can't
about
hear
this.
you.
I was going to say, so what do you think about the shot taken against McDaniel? The criticism of McDaniel by Orlovsky. Did you get a chance to hear it?
What was
No,
the shot taken at him? What was the shot taken at him?
The shot
No,
was
because-
that he needs to have more responsible play calling, right? To not let Tua get in those situations where he's gonna, have to gamble. Like they showed that, in shotgun formation on the
Yeah.
silent count, that exposed Tua to some poor line play in front of him and opened up the hits. And basically, to summarize, what he was saying was that McDaniels, wants to be too aggressive at sometimes. He doesn't protect his player. He puts his O lineman at a disadvantage in those situations because the D line could just tee up on what we're trying to do. And but I tend to agree with what Orlovsky was saying. You know,
It's
but
a rookie head coach. He's gonna
And
make mistakes.
also too, we got to understand and realize who this is his second year. So he's going to make first year coach mistakes. And I'm sorry, some people may not agree with me, but he's going to make first year coach mistakes. So my thing with Coach McDaniel is yes, I agree with some of that too. Because not only that, I seen a game where we had a good running game going with Monster and
a couple of them,
right,
a couple of games,
and he stopped it and went to passing and what have you. But the thing is, like I said, these are the growing pains of a first year coach. So as far as what Ovalowski said, yeah, I agree to some
Hey,
of it.
he's not just a first year coach, though. He's not just a first year coach. He's also a first year play caller.
Right. But this is coming up on his second year.
No.
Let's see.
No.
Let's see what happens.
I'm not
giving McDaniel any passes.
No pass neither. I'm not giving that pass neither.
Hell no.
That shit sounds like fucking excuses of me, and I'll tell you why. Nobody was complaining about the play calling when we were 8-3 and Tua was putting 300+ yards and throwing for 3 touchdowns. Because that's what he was coming off. That's what he was coming off against the San Francisco 49ers.
Yep,
right?
exactly.
He had 3 games against the Lions, Bears, and Browns, right? That are what's it called? Now again, going to the 49er game, you can't run the ball only 8 times. But am I going to blame McDaniel for again, this is where the hypocrisy is for the guys that love Tua. And this is why I'm not the flip-flopper that everybody tells me I am. I criticize when it's necessary. I give him credit when it's necessary, right? Bro, nobody was complaining about the offense when we were 8-3, when Tua was cooking. They only started
the run-pass ratio was right the same during that 8-3 start.
It was the same, right? But no one was complaining about the run game. Nobody was complaining about the run game. No one was complaining about the play calling until Tua started having bad games against the 49ers and the Chargers. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not giving I'm not putting that on McDaniel.
That's true.
Go
back to what he knows.
What's crazy, Louis, is I actually said that you guys are happy. All right.
In those
guys,
games,
I just want to say have a good night. I'm going to go watch the Heat who beat Alex's Knicks in the next round. So,
Alex, you hear that?
I got the scoreboard on my phone. I hear that. I hear that, Crypto. I hear Todd, Crypto.
Hey, those 3 games.
But here's the thing where I'm getting at those games. Lou, I hear what you're saying about that, but let me tell you something about this. There was mistakes in those games too. You know, let's not forget that in some of those games there were a lot of mistakes on the offensive side of the ball. And there were some bad play calls that should have been called.
There was a lot of good play calls that Tua didn't execute neither.
It was both. It was the running, it was the offensive line, and it was Tua.
So again,
and it was McDaniel.
So we're not blaming the coach. No. It was not McDaniel. See, this is the damn problem, Alex. Let me stop you right there.
Everybody all around. Now let me say this. Alex,
hold on, Alex, because this is the damn problem. This is what it is. Y'all blame Brian Flores. Y'all blame Josh Boyer. You blame the offensive co-coordinator Studville and whatever the other dude's name is. You blame everybody in the world except the goddamn players. When are we, as a fan base, gonna stop blaming all these fucking coaches? Because again, you blame Chris Greer.
Well, it is the coach's fault.
No, it's not. When was the last time you seen Chris Greer throw a pass?
Yes, it is the coach's fault because
run the ball. No, it's the fucking players that gotta execute. Period.
I'll tell you where. Okay, check this out, Louis. Hey, P, let me do this, right? Let me do this. I tell you where it was McDaniel's fucking fault. Those 3 games, we played Lions, Browns, and Bears. Those 3 games, Robert Jones was inserted at left tackle, and Shell was at. Jones was at left guard. Shell was at right tackle. They after those 3 games, they brung fucking Eichenberg back and Austin Jackson, and that's where the offense started fucking up again. It was good it was good offensive play in those 3 games. It was great offensive line play. As soon as he brung them 2 motherfuckers back, shit started falling apart, bro. start falling
No,
apart.
what
Now the shit is
Carmel
you got a
said being
good,
out in
you
that
got
game
good continuity.
is when
You
things
win
start falling
three
apart.
straight games. Why do you go back and bring these two bums back? Now shit is just totally crazy now. I sat there and watched that. Watched them for 3 weeks. Those two linemen do great.
It wasn't
Soon as
like we
they
was
bring
giving up
Lynn
sacks,
Eichenberg
Fred.
back
Stop
and
it.
Snell, come on, man. That's
That
coach.
shit don't
That's
make no
It
on the
wasn't
head
like
coach.
the offensive
Austin
line was giving up
That's on the head
sacks.
coach. That's on the head coach.
The
Not on
Austin
the head
Jackson
coach.
That
and
is on
That
the
don't
head
make no
coach.
sense.
That is on the
Austin
head coach.
Jackson. Austin
You
Jackson,
bring
they
No,
back
were
he,
two
put
guys.
out
You
for
bring
8
back two
games.
guys that's hurt.
That wasn't the
listen,
reason why
You
we
bring back
lost.
two guys that's hurt
listen,
and
They
put them
all,
back in starting,
listen,
and now
The
the
offensive
offense is
line
That
was
shit
not a
don't make no
Six,
problem.
sense.
Come on,
six
man.
to
All
eight
Come on,
games,
man.
those guys were
And it
out.
has nothing to do with the price of beer in Germany. Nothing.
Come on, man.
Absolutely nothing.
listen,
6
all
to 8
coaches,
games, those
no
guys
matter
were
how
out.
great they are going to make mistakes. All coaches going to make mistakes. Now, what I was saying, I'm not putting on Coach McDaniel because right now I'm happy that he is our coach, and I think that this coming on his second year, we're going to see
Not
a
me.
big jump in improvement.
I'm still.
But Pete, that's you. That's you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking
fine.
about me.
You
No,
better
let me
believe
finish.
it's
Let me
me.
finish.
If it was
Because
Let
I
up,
me
got
if
my
it
finish.
was up to
reasons.
Pete,
I
if it
believe
I
was
that.
up
got
to
my
Pete, they would have
reasons.
won
And
Nathaniel
until we don't
Hackett
get
coaching this
another
Pete,
team.
you
Brian
got your
Flores,
reasons.
One
No,
at a
let me
time.
finish.
One mic.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead, Mr. Paul.
I still say that yes, he made some mistakes, but that doesn't mean he's not a good head coach. Okay, he's going
he's
to
a
make
terrible
mistakes.
head coach.
He's going to
Oh my
make
God,
mistakes
he's
because
not.
He's
this is his
already
first
making
year coaching.
mistakes.
Now
Look.
he's coming up on his second year of coaching, and I expect to see some improvement because the man is way too intelligent to be a trash coach. I'm sorry.
Come on, man. Intelligent, man. Miss me with
He has
that.
a lot of
Intelligent,
upside,
bro.
so we have to
You
wait
gotta miss.
and
You gotta
see.
miss me with the. You gotta miss me with the intelligent, Mr. Polk. Because if you ain't got plays ready
Why
called,
that man
you
ain't
ain't got.
intelligent? Are
If
you
you ain't
kidding
got
me?
plays
Look at the
already,
man
He's
continue to say that man is
terrible.
intelligent. That man has a good knowledge of
This is a
football.
rabbit
Come
hole
on, that
discussion. This is a
He's a
rabbit
look.
hole.
First of all,
Wait,
Mr.
Pete.
Polk, he's a okay yes guy. Okay, that's
okay.
number one.
Oh
And he's just
my
doing what
goodness,
Greer's telling him. He has
the
no
man.
real decision. He's just a puppet. He's an offensive coordinator
Okay, then
calling the plays for
I
Tua.
tell you what. If
That's
that's the
all he
case,
is.
then how
That's
come
all he is.
Rivers is not the coach? Then
The
Rivers needs to be
real
the
head
coach.
coach
If
was Flores.
McDaniel.
The real head coach was Flores. This guy is
Okay,
giving away
I'm not
positions.
knocking that, but McDaniel is
That's
not
it. And
a
I'm gonna tell
trash
you,
coach
and you know
either.
what, Lewis? I'm glad that shout out to Liz. You know what? This is how I know this guy's not a real head coach. Third quarter, opening possession in a playoff game with a 7th round rookie, you get a delay of game call. How does that happen to you? But you're some
Oh, come
offensive
on,
coordinator
man.
Because he's a
Stop
first year coach.
Really?
Stop nitpicking the little
Really?
things.
No,
Stop.
that's 18
Stop
weeks,
nitpicking the
19 weeks
little
into the end.
things.
No, buddy, it's not nitpicking. It's knowing
It
when you're
is
there.
nitpicking.
He
I thought that was
folded. You
Tua.
know what?
I
It
thought that
doesn't
was
matter.
Tua's
I'm
fault.
using it now, so I'm glad
I
it
thought
brought.
that was Tua's fault.
Like I
I
said,
thought
Lewis,
that was
I'm
Tua's
glad,
fault.
and Liz popped it up and brought it to memory,
I
and I'm
thought that
using it
was
now.
Tua's
It
fault. I
doesn't
thought
matter
that
if
was
Hey,
it was
Tua's fault.
Tua. It was the
hey.
coach's fault for not being
What?
prepared
Why?
No,
with
it
a
does
Why?
7th
matter. It
rounder.
does
It's
matter.
that
Back
easy.
there. But
Okay,
you thought
I'm
because
gonna go
it
back
was
to
Tua's
Lewis's
fault.
point.
because Coach
Because it
McDaniel
shows
is
Tua's
At the end of the game,
preparation.
that
Coach
play in
He's a
the
McDaniel.
third
veteran
quarter didn't
quarterback.
lose us the game.
Hey,
Y'all
Listen,
but
getting
start.
distracted.
Oh, okay.
Coach
Y'all
Okay.
keep throwing a
McDaniel is
bouncing
not
ball.
overthrowing
Mr. Polk.
That play
Ogbah.
didn't single-handedly lose us the game. So
Hey,
why y'all
Mr.
hopping
Polk.
over
Political
that
battle.
one play?
All of you guys come.
All right, listen, one mic at a time, please. Thank you.
Mr. Polk.
Gotcha, Shake.
Our penalties were up. You feel me?
That's
The
another
penalties were
thing,
up.
Fred.
The
Mr.
Our penalties were
Undisciplined is
up.
his
I mean,
name.
but yeah, that would go to discipline problem. But what penalty
Okay, that
cost us the
falls on
game?
head coach.
This guy lets the players play ping pong in the locker room.
Oh my God! Stop with that,
You
bro.
know
Oh
what?
man,
You know
come
what?
on
This
now.
guy is
Are you
not a
kidding
real.
Stop
me?
with that. Come on.
Okay, and
Are you
some
I wouldn't be
coaches
shocked.
let
I wouldn't be shocked if they're
I
rolling
don't don't care. They
bites
was
in
playing crickets at halftime. It doesn't matter. Let's win the
Are
game.
you kidding me?
Thank you.
They already played crickets.
We're gonna destroy McDaniel because he lets him play ping pong in the locker room. What's next? Are we gonna destroy McDaniel because he lets him go out to eat every day?
Y'all need to stay focused. It has nothing to do with ping pong.
Yeah. But,
Are you
That's
freaking
his,
kidding
that's
me,
his
bro?
coach's tendencies.
but does penalties being up count fall on the head coach?
Of words. That's what. That's
It falls.
that's
It
the main
falls
thing,
on the
Fred.
head coach, and it also falls on the players too.
Come
Don't
on, man.
forget that.
Come on, man. That's on the head coach, man. Look.
It's not
Come on,
all
man.
on the head
That's
coach.
actually on the. Hey, hold on, Fred. That's actually on the quarterback too. The quarterback needs to take command of the offense. We already see Tua. He's getting, like, how can we say this? Tyreek Hill was out there with Caleb Williams, dude, not working with Tua, and during the offseason. Like,
Oh my God!
there's
Who
levels
gives a
to this.
damn?
There's levels.
Who cares?
There's
Who
levels
cares
to
who he
this.
works out with?
This is where the discipline part comes in. This is where the leadership shows up. This is where your grit. This is where your off-season attitude comes
Tua was
together
working with
as a
Tyreek Hill
unit.
too.
Tua is doing autographs, bro. We don't have time for that.
Tua was working out with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Braxton Berrios.
In mandatory events, yes, but not like
It was not
off-season
mandatory.
homeboy stuff.
So you tell me, guys, you have to go out to the park and go catch routes. Did McDaniels call and say, hey, Tua, you got to go out there and demand everybody to go out there and play
let me
him.
tell you something, Alex. Number one, you've been missing for a little minute because of the New York Knicks. So you might have missed the day that I was talking about Braxton Berrios begging for Tua. He wanted to catch passes from Tua
God,
this
it's a
offseason.
freaking joke. It was a
Joke
joke.
to who? Joke to you. It's not a joke to Braxton Berrios, who wants to catch passes from his quarterback.
Oh my God, bro. Are we really doing that right now?
It's a joke to you. It's not a joke to Berrios, who's being
Alex,
pissed and left alone.
Alex,
I'm
you're
just being
saying.
serious.
Hold up a second. So one, Braxton Berrios came out and said he was joking. Two, to sit there and say
because
Tua
of where,
not. Pete, I wasn't done. Let me finish, and then you can go. Two, to sit there and say Tua's not out there working with his receivers that perform and not working on his craft in the offseason, which is what you're
not as
implying,
much,
is
not as
asinine.
mandatory.
Oh my God,
It's a
the
false
dude is
narrative you're
jacked.
putting out there that doesn't make any sense and doesn't hold water.
I'm sorry if you think you got to take everything so deeply literal, but at the end of the day, if you understand what I'm saying, you would understand.
Stop making false statements.
It's not false statements; they're all true.
Here's the thing, Cruz. Cruz, if Skylar Thompson doesn't do that,
Nobody cares about Skylar.
Why? Because he just got hit with a penalty and you sit there and team up and put it on it like it's not his fault?
It's Mike McDaniel's fault.
Pete,
But
again,
when you thought it was Tua, it was Tua's fault?
100%.
No.
Pete, you're the
so
homie.
You just start biased, have no set standard, and anything
Because
to fit your narrative.
first of all, it's not pick a narrative. It's the truth. If they happen to Tua, it will
narrative
be
with
Tua's
you.
fault. When it
No,
happened to
it just pick a
Skyler, it's
narrative
the
with you.
coach's fault. That's the
No,
fact.
that doesn't make any
That's
sense.
the fact. Yes, it is.
It
One is
doesn't
a
make any
7th round
sense.
rookie. One is a 7th round rookie who has no command of the offense.
Is
He's
the
just in a
coach on the
listening
field?
and do what you're told type job.
Is the
And
coach
the
on
other
the
one is supposed
field?
to have command of the offense.
No.
And it didn't happen to him, so he got saved by the bell.
So, Pete, Skylar Thompson had 10 days to prepare for that game. If he couldn't get his stuff together to prepare for that game, regardless of how much as you won a champion as the best QB on the league, or not in the league, but on the team.
Didn't they just tell you that Mike McDaniel was the offensive play caller?
Okay.
Yeah, so why are you even moving the goalposts here? Stop
I'm
moving the
not moving the
goalposts, Robert.
goalposts,
This is when your bias starts to show up. Like, honestly,
Oh,
let it
really,
go.
Pete? You want to go that way?
Just let it go, because at the end of the day, where you're wrong at is that's the coach's fault. There's nothing you can't move it.
That's
He's
not
dealing
how
with
that
a
works.
7th rounder. Yes, it does. I just clearly told you exactly how it works.
If
If it's a third-year veteran quarterback, if it's a third-year veteran quarterback,
another is the coach. It doesn't make any sense.
veteran
When a
quarterback
player
that has
has 10
command of
days
the
to
offense,
prepare,
if it's a veteran
when
quarterback
a
who has
player
command of the
10
offense,
days
he
to
takes blame.
prepare,
A rookie quarterback
when
cannot take blame.
so
It
Skylar
is what it
Thompson
is.
had no
Did
command of
I
the
try to
offense?
blame Tua? Yes, because I thought it had happened to Tua. Okay, I was wrong. That's what I thought happened. Liz came back, corrected it, and said it happened to Skylar in the playoff game. So that's when I clearly said, okay, it clearly goes to the coach. That's who to blame. Simply, that's I just forgot who it had happened to.
Are you done
What
and
do you
ready
think?
to listen? Because I will actually rebut if you're done talking now.
Clearly.
Or if you just don't want to listen, then I won't even bother engaging.
Go ahead, talk, man.
So you can't have that double standard. When you have 10 days to prepare,
What'd you say,
if you are
Fred?
putting a player on the
Oh my
field,
God.
then
Are
you
you
should
gonna
have command of
repeat
the
I
offense.
just literally said if I
What happened?
I don't know. But
Robert,
if
finish,
you
and
put
then
it,
I'll let you.
if
Hold
you
on, hold on,
put a
Robert.
player on
Robert,
the
go ahead. Hold on, Robert.
My
Robert.
bad. I'm calling you
My bad.
Cruz.
My
My
bad.
bad, Robert.
Pete, I'll let you talk after Robert finishes. Go ahead, Robert. I'm sorry. Continue from the beginning,
it,
bro. From the beginning.
all right, man. So my stance is,
I'm
if a
clearly
player has
using the
10
double
days,
standard that Robert
if a player has 10 days to sit there and prepare, and you are putting them on the field, and they have command of the offense, if they're your starter that game, guess who's in charge of the offense on the field? The QB. But you're going to sit there and say, because it's a seventh round rookie who's played a couple of games for you this season, started the week prior, you're going to actually change where the onus of an error lies because it doesn't fit your little bubble. To me, that is a biased take. It's either the player's fault or the coach's fault. I don't care which one you choose, pick one and be consistent.
All right, Pete, you can rebuttal now. And I'm gonna do the same thing. If anybody cuts off Pete, I'm gonna put you in the back.
Again, I just can't believe I clearly already said it, Shake Money. I clearly, loud and clear, he's just talking because he wanted to talk. I clearly said, if it was Tua that happened to, I'm blaming Tua, and I'm not blaming a rookie. Why do this have to be repeated and regurgitated like 5 times over and over again? I don't care that Robert doesn't like that I'm using a double standard. You know that? At the end of the day, I still think that you don't blame a rookie because it's the coach's fault on a rookie that's playing that game. It is what it is.
Then we're just going to fundamentally disagree. But regardless of that, even into a second year going into his third, you were making statements like anybody but. You were even off of him in his rookie year, making statements about Josh Rosen and Jacoby Brissett. So it has nothing to do with
so was the owner of our team, Robert. So hello.
It has nothing to do with him being a rookie at that point. It has everything to do with him being two at that point. If you're going to
The
make
rookie,
six,
actually, Robert, you see, sometimes you just, at this time, some people just need
can I finish
this
my
guy was a
statement without
weak
being cut off?
quarterback, weak arm. Nobody liked him. He wasn't even better than the current old journeyman, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like, Robert, please, dude, like, let's not even get into that conversation or debate. This guy is
Let's
never even
actually
better
have
than
it
the
because
journeyman.
you just said something that's relative. And if you're not going to cut me off, I will carry on with my point. If you just want to talk over me,
Go ahead.
then I'm just going to not engage.
Go ahead, Robert. If he cuts you off, I'll put him in the back. Go ahead.
So when you make statements during his rookie year and you've come out publicly and you said anybody but, your take is inherently biased.
How?
You weren't looking at it. Anybody but implies anybody but this person, and you weren't actually giving a fair shot. You came out of the gate and were like Josh Rosen, Jacoby Brissett, Skylar Thompson. Name another QB. Anybody but.
All of them had higher talents than what he can show and display on a
Where's
football field.
Josh Rosen right now?
Doesn't matter at the time. That's what
It
mattered.
does. Josh Rosen did not have better talent coming out.
Did you not pay attention to the part where it's political things going on? He is like Robert. He is not even the better talented quarterback right now on the roster, dude. Like, wake
We
up.
fundamentally disagree.
Wake up.
We disagree.
That's fine.
If you go look at the points per minute, it's heavily to his favor.
Next topic.
No, you want to sit there and make statements like you're going to give a rookie an excuse because it was Skylar Thompson? I'm telling you, you didn't give the same leeway to Tua when he was a rookie. So
Don't you get it? He's not a player type prototype that I like. He doesn't have the intangibles that I say, wow. He's not that far apart from a scrub.
Can I ask a question? Is everybody done talking before I ask a question?
I got one more point, Color. I'm going to drop
Go
it
ahead,
after
Robert.
this.
I don't want to be seen to be interrupting anybody. Go ahead.
You're not, Color. It's a breath of fresh air to hear your voice. How you doing?
Yeah, that's what's up. What's up?
So-
Go ahead, Robert. Finish.
For real, Color, for real.
How you guys doing?
Right. So the point of it is, you just came out and said, no, I didn't. because I didn't like him and didn't believe him from the beginning. But because I think Skylar Thompson is better, I'm going to give him leeway that I don't give Tua. It's fine to make that statement, just to make your bias and your observations aren't based entirely in fact.
Oh my God.
That's it.
Here's another guy.
The question I have is, why does everybody like? Because I felt the same way into his rookie year. Like, I'm not saying I felt like Josh Rosen was better per se. I'm just saying that I felt the same way. My eye test was saying the same thing. So what I mean is, if I was off of him from the beginning, and it's and it's been a struggle for me to like find ways to find attributes that I like, then I just don't understand why somebody who thinks that Skylar's rookie performance is better, why is it necessarily personal towards Tua is what I mean. What I'm basically in other words, why is everybody trying to find a reason why Pete is like personally hates the man?
Covered. So my point is not on whether or not someone personally hates it. It's as presenting something as it's not. And it's changing statements and things to fit your narrative.
Regarding the coaching thing, I mean, I think the reason that Skylar gets brought up is because we saw probably, I don't know, as far as in a kind of primetime situation, I'm not going to argue about what that means. I'm not going to play games with people, deflecting on what a big game is and all that nonsense. We all know what a big game is. And, we all agree the performance against Buffalo was probably top notch into his tool belt in his portfolio, I'd say, even though we lost the game, right? And I even said that at the time. I thought it was a fantastic performance as far as, expectations being met, stuff like that, right? My personal beef was why we got away from the run when the snow started to fall, given that we were kind of doing pretty good in the trenches all game. That's on the coach. Tua was the quarterback. I think Pete could probably agree with that without saying, maybe without admitting or not blaming Tua, I should say, this or that. Could Tua risen above that? Maybe. Josh Allen probably could or did. Some could argue. You know what I mean? The snow was the same for both quarterbacks. But, that's all aside. The point I'm trying to make is you were right. 10 days preparation for a 7th round rookie to basically, maybe the stat line wasn't the same, but the ultimate end result was no different than our 5th overall draft pick. That's the point that Pete's trying to drive home, that people keep deflecting and keep missing.
Color, I disagree with that. So I said I don't care.
One could argue that that's on the coach in that situation because
I'm just Robert. Before you do go, I just want to point out that the one thing I do agree with Pete is the fact that Kyle Shanahan, when his rookie quarterback came in the game, he tried to make it easier for the rookie quarterback. I agree. When you can't compare a rookie quarterback to a third-year quarterback. I think it falls more on the coach when he's a rookie versus, like, say, for instance, if it would have been Fitzpatrick, it would be more on Fitzpatrick. But the rookie quarterback is looking for that coach for more guidance than Tua would be. You know what I mean? Because he has less experience. So at the end of the day, it's McDaniel's job to make his rookie year a little bit easier. And then the second year, that's when you start giving him more and more leeway.
Right, because you could argue that the success we had, a lot of people would say that. Hold on, Robert. One more point, real quick, Robert. Wait, one more point, Robert. Is that when you talk about the game, we didn't get shut out, so there obviously was some success during the game. Do we credit McDaniel for that, given that we had a 7th round rookie? And given what people's impressions are that want to say that Skylar wasn't the greatest thing. So if Mike McDaniel is to be credited for the success we had with the 7th round rookie, why could he not be blamed for the lack of success we had with the 7th round rookie?
I see what you mean, Color. There's like a double standard there
So
right there too.
let me rebut some of that real quick because the argument's going to change if we go down this route.
Well, to point out the 3 not to drag Waddle again, but to point out those 3 passes, they were kind of on the money.
Yeah.
So
I don't think no one was debating that.
let me go back to the original argument I was having because we're changing the actual point of the conversation I was having. I am okay if you say blame is on the coach. I am okay if you say blame is on the player. But you want to shift it based upon who's on the field? How is that a fair assessment? Either the player screwed up and he wasn't ready, or the coach screwed up and didn't have an appropriate game plan. But either way...
Well, in the direct comparison with the Buffalo games, one being a big game, the other being a big game because it was a playoff game, in that direct comparison, I did blame the coach for both. Now, I haven't gotten Pete's answer on whether he blames the coach for getting away from the run when the snow started to fall, because he probably believes Tua should have overridden that and said, fuck the coach, and, ran what he needed to run. But
I already told you.
beside the point.
So this is why I don't have a disagreement with you. You're keeping it consistent, and I do think that Daniel screwed up. I'm not calling Tua for either. He's absolutely made mistakes. But you change where...
Hey, Shake, I want to say something soon, too.
Go ahead, Pope. Go ahead. Speak your mind.
Because KP had asked a question, and I wanted to set the record straight. Even though Orlovsky had made some criticisms toward McDaniels, I agree to some of the things he was saying. I'm not going to flip flop or change the post. Coach McDaniels, like I said, yes, he made some mistakes, but is he a bad coach to me? No, he's not a bad coach, because name me a coach that does not make mistakes, because the greatest coaches such as Don Shula, Belichick, and we can go down the list of others have made mistakes.
Yeah, but
no. Let me finish, Pete. Let me finish.
Watch.
What I'm saying is that this is his second year, and there's room for improvement. But it takes the team to also make things happen as well. It takes the whole organization, from the CEO all the way down to the players, to make this team successful. Yes, you may have some pieces that's not working, but you have to find a way to still win. So it's not about putting all the blame on the coach or putting all the blame on Tua and whatever. It's enough to go around when things don't go right.
Well, I think the original argument, though, again, the goalpost has just moved this whole time, and give me a chance to explain, and let me tell you why I don't agree with what Pete did. Now, I agree with the premise of what Color and Pete, and I even think Robert for some degree, and now Mr. Paul. I agree with everything that's being said, but that's not what Pete said in the beginning. When I first came up, Pete was saying that Tua was the only quarterback that had a delay of game right after halftime.
Hold on. Can I finish? I already said it.
I'm asking, can I finish? Again, I'm asking, can I finish? Because before Color came up, right, that's what Robert was debating, because Pete was blaming Tua, right? And then when we found out it was Skylar Thompson, Pete changed the narrative. Hold on, and let me finish. Pete changed the narrative and said it was coaching. And this is where I agree, but I don't agree with how Pete's saying it.
Well, this is the thing.
Hold on, let me finish. I'm landing the plane right now, but let me finish. When Tua's rookie year, right? Me included. I'm not even going to put no one else yet. I'll say me. I wasn't giving that excuse for Tua Tagovailoa. If Tua would have made that play, I'm not blaming Brian Flores. When everybody started meeting me, and I used to come up here on Twitter or in your Twitter and YouTube, what was my argument to everything? I'm not blaming the coach. It's always on the players. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't care who you're throwing to. I don't care about nothing. You're the 5th overall pick. You're a what's it called? If you're a 7th round pick in the third, I don't give a fuck about none of that. That play is on Scott again. If you're gonna come out and say specifically, Well, I give it because it's a pass because of Skyler. No, we weren't giving that to Tua. None of us were. But now we're going to give it.
Fair. That might be fair, Lewis, but I wasn't criticizing Tua back then for things like that because I don't remember things like that happening. But
well, I'm just saying we were killing Tua for everything he did from the jump.
Yeah,
And
well, Color Tua did have communication issues. Absolutely, with penalties.
Okay. I mean, we're talking 3 years ago.
And Color, that's why. Because if you go back, even when you go back,
I wasn't even talking about that anyway.
Well, real quick, the only way I would. Okay, so now that Lewis has made some corrections to what to my perception of what Robert and Lou and Pete were debating about. The only way I could defend Pete there is to say that, okay, sure, Lewis, both quarterbacks are responsible for seeing the play clock and just calling something if things ain't, to get a playoff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it was the coaches. The coaches didn't give the play out.
Hold on. At the same time, I would imagine that a 3-year veteran that's a 5th overall pick is more likely to have the ability or should it be expected to have a second play on the top of his head to call a simple one that they can get off or call timeout or something. Whereas in Skylar Thompson's situation, I mean, bro, the coach has got to call timeout there and save him. You know what I mean?
And I agree. And I agree with that 1,000%. And I'm not debating that. Again, what I'm debating is we changed. Again, I don't know how long you've been here, Color, but 45 minutes ago, Pete was saying that was Tua and that was Tua's fault. And all I'm saying is, yes, even this year, that would be the case, right? But what I'm saying is put Tua, if this was his rookie year, we're not giving Tua that benefit. We're not.
Well, maybe Pete wouldn't. I don't know, but I don't think that scenario is here, so we can't necessarily project that Pete wouldn't.
But it was here because that's what Pete was saying. Pete said, again, listen, maybe it's just me.
Yeah, but he's coming from the standpoint of Tua being a 3-year veteran at the moment.
Oh,
hold on a second.
I don't think we used to give Tua passes like that. I'm not.
Well, it's not a matter of a pass. It's a matter of, okay, a guy. Look, what was the big problem with Flores that everybody claims that he's telling Tua where to throw and he's trying to control him like a robot and this and that and the other. McDaniel comes in and says, "No, it's all about you, Tua," and Tua don't want to exercise that control.
Exactly. He's just another guy. He's a jag.
I think that's the overall macro point that Pete's trying to make.
So
just another
guy. You can't expect that out of a 7th round rookie. They can. Let's be honest, talent-wise or not, he's still a deer in the headlights in a playoff game in his rookie. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, that's fine. No, well, hold on, Robert.
And I already had said that, Lewis. I clearly said if it was Tua, yes, I will be blaming Tua because of his experience.
Let me be honest.
Skyler, I'm not blaming him because of his lack of experience, and it goes back to coaching. And if you go back to after the playoff game, after that playoff loss, you go back to Miami Sports Music, you go back probably on this same channel.
I get it, Pete.
You will hear Pete complaining and blaming the coaching for those same situations.
I get it, Pete.
And Lewis, I could go back to the original decision to start Skyler over Teddy in the first place. This is the point I was trying to make about Teddy the whole season.
Okay, and that's fine, and I get all that. And when I hear Color give the explanation, I can even hear that explanation from Color. What I can't do, and again, maybe this is just me and my opinion, but every day I listen to Pete tell me how great Skylar Thompson is. He should be the starter. He's better than Tua right now. He's this, he's that. And now again, maybe Color didn't have that opinion of Skylar, and maybe no one else had that opinion, to Color's point, of Skylar. But Pete shouldn't be saying he's blaming the coach then, because if anybody should have been having that confidence in Skylar Thompson, it should have been Pete.
It was the lack of trust and timing. That's all it was.
It has nothing to do with your trust. You trusted him. I don't care if the coach didn't trust him. I didn't care if Color trust him. I don't care if no one else. You come out here every day on these panels and tell everybody how Skylar Thompson is better right now.
And it showed in the playoff game. Because despite even bad coaching, he still almost won a road
You
playoff game
should have
for us.
had the
How can
expectation
you
for
guys
Skylar
hate
to
this
make
guy
that
so
play.
much?
You should have had the expectation if Skylar Thompson is the bro. You've been saying it again, Pete. You know I love you. I'm not coming at you, but what I'm saying is, you come out here every day and tell us all how Skylar Thompson is the most talented and best and ready quarterback to lead this team. But you telling me Skylar Thompson, you don't have the confidence
No,
for
no,
him to
no,
get
no, no,
get
no.
us out of that play?
All I say is Skylar Thompson is clearly has better than Tua. That's all I say. He can give us more. He can
You
run the
didn't
ball.
say
He can
that.
do
You don't
more.
come out
He's
here, Pete, and say
clearly
that.
better than Tua.
You don't
That's
come out
it.
here, Pete, and
In an
say
open
that Skylar Thompson,
competition,
if
look,
he takes over,
listen to
Pete,
me. If it
you haven't
wasn't for
come out here and said
politics,
that if
if it
Skylar
wasn't for
Thompson plays in the
politics
game,
and in
we
an
can win the
open
Super Bowl.
competition, I do believe Skylar would have took that job hands down. And other
Okay,
people
and
believe
that's
that too.
last year.
I'm not
And
the
that's
only one.
last year, correct?
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
So how in the hell don't you blame him then? Because in your opinion, you should hold this kid in the highest regard.
Because of the preparation time for him. He didn't have enough time. This wasn't his locker room. This wasn't his locker room.
He started the
That is
Jets
crazy.
game, and he had 10
That is
games
crazy.
before that, or 10 days
wasn't his,
before that.
It's not his
That's
locker
what he
room yet.
needs to
He's just
prepare for a
he's
game.
just another guy. But at the end of the day, he's more talented than Tua. He has more it factor than Tua. He really does. Look,
I disagree. But
to me, he
that's your
already
opinion.
won a
That's your
playoff
opinion.
game, Lewis. The Jets game
It's
to
good.
me was a playoff
Okay,
game.
how come
Skylar
how come I gotta
is at
how come I
best
get
a
a
backup
feeling
QB.
how come I get the feeling now that Aaron Rodgers now is in the AFC East? How come I feel like we now have the third best, maybe the fourth best quarterback in the division? Why do I feel like that? Does anybody else feel like that?
The thing is, right now, currently, yeah, that's the way it is. Because currently, right now, since it's a
Currently, right
political thing
now,
going on, Fred,
currently,
Tua's
right now,
QB1, and
that's
yeah,
what
we
it
currently
is.
have the worst quarterback in the division. Because the way I project,
Maybe not the worst, maybe not the worst, but
well,
I'll say
check this
the
out.
third
This
best.
is
The
what I'm
third
gonna
best.
tell you. This is what I'm gonna tell you, Fred. You're saying maybe not the worst. You see, there's
Maybe
not a
not the
clear
worst.
indicator. It's a maybe. So that's the difference maker. It's a maybe. So therefore, I honestly, like I said, Mac Jones coming out of college, he had better stats than Tua. Okay, and he had less weapons than Tua. He put up better numbers than Tua. To me, Mac Jones is better than Tua. He really is.
Y'all are gonna drive me
Oh,
crazy.
y'all gotta be kidding.
Y'all are gonna
gotta be
drive me
kidding.
crazy.
Y'all go, y'all
I'm
sitting
gonna
up
give
there
you.
saying
I'm gonna
that
give you.
you saying that
y'all
Mac
need to
Jones
keep it
and
I'm gonna
Skylar
Mac
give
Jones
you.
is clearly better and smarter than Tua.
I'm gonna give
Oh
you
my
Oh my
Josh
goodness.
Allen.
God.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
That's
give
goodness.
you
one thing
Josh
about the
Allen.
regular season.
I'm gonna hold on.
That's
No,
one
no,
thing
no,
about the
Fred.
regular
Fred, you
season.
said
That's
enough.
one
Fred,
hold
you
on,
said
hold
enough.
on. No, Lou, check this out.
No,
Check this
Fred,
out.
you said
No,
enough.
hold on, Lou.
Hold on, Fred.
Lou.
Hold on.
Hold on, Lou. Hold on.
Fred, no.
Hold on, now
You,
check this out.
no.
Hey,
Fred,
Lou,
Fred.
I
Lou,
can't
check
believe
You
this
this.
hold
out.
on.
Check
I
this
just
out, man.
cannot believe
This
this.
is crazy. We're gonna let.
Yeah, Fred. No. You hold on, Fred. The
This
fact
is
of the matter is,
unbelievable.
Josh Allen is better than Tua Tagovailoa. At
Yes.
40 years old, my opinion, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is better than Tua, but I'll even give y'all that one. Okay, I'm not going to debate
Yes,
you.
clearly, of course,
Well,
he's way
again,
better than Tua.
okay, and I'm not even going to debate you on that one. But you're going to sit here and tell me that Mac Jones is better than Tua?
Yeah,
Nah,
Mac Jones. Yeah,
nah.
and that's
Y'all
not
done lost
even a
y'all's
joke,
fucking mind.
Lewis. Real
Y'all done
talk.
lost y'all's fucking
I
mind.
know better than that.
All right. Hold on.
I
Now,
No, y'all
can,
don't.
At the
hey,
end of the day,
Clearly,
whose
y'all
team
don't.
is
can
better?
Fred?
We
Now,
all
that's
gotta
Fred.
stop
Getting
using
these
y'all
quarterback
because
arguments.
Pete's only
Yeah,
one
exactly.
man.
Hey, by the way,
Well, Fred said
I'll
it
bring
too,
you up.
Color. That's what y'all. Fred it would be too. Fred and Pete. Y'all.
All
I
right.
didn't say you, Color.
By the way, Fred, I'm gonna bring you up and I'll let you do rebuttal now. Go ahead, Fred.
Okay.
Let
If
me
I'm
say
not
this,
mistaken,
Shake Money.
if I'm not mistaken, the
I'll
thing
let you
with
answer,
Tua
Fred.
was the thing with Tua was he knew all this. He was like, we might as well say he was like pro ready. I mean, he knew how to read defenses. He knew how to call his play, change his play, and all this shit. All this was the deal on him coming out of college. But here now we're coaching him to do that. So where we at here? Does the guy, you know what I'm saying? Why were we giving the 52 fake out of them saying this. He knows how to do this, knows how to do. We're still teaching him how to do what he was already supposed to know how to do.
All right,
I agree.
Yeah, but
You understand what I'm saying?
They're
Keep
not,
changing
so they're
the-
not
but-
teaching
but-
Mac Jones.
but
So they're
guess
not
what?
teaching. So they're not teaching Mac Jones this year because all I heard the same argument for
He has a new offensive coordinator now.
Of course
Are
they're
they? Are
teaching
they?
Mac
Why
Jones,
were they
man.
talking about trading him?
He has a new offensive
they're
coordinator.
talking about
That's what
Why
Mac
fans
were
Jones,
they
said,
man.
and nobody
talking
spoke
about
about
trading him?
Y'all listening to Master at Work like he's a fan, like,
Come on, man.
like y'all want to believe him, but
I'm
that
just
Why
doesn't
were
mean
they
anything.
talking? Hey,
Only
hey,
because
hey,
Master at Work
hey,
wants to trade
I just have
Mac
a
For
Jones.
the
simple
same
Nobody wants to
reason
trade.
we were.
General managers trying to upgrade the quarterback position. That's nothing new for anybody in the division. other
Only
than the
because
Buffalo
Master at
Bills.
Work wanted to trade
Well,
Mac
the
Jones. Don't mean
Buffalo
the Patriots
Bills is
wanted
the
to
only
trade him.
team that didn't try to upgrade their quarterback. So can we move on?
Exactly, Crypto. But the point is, exactly, Crypto. But the point is, when the Miami Dolphins tried to trade Tua, we all knew it was because Tua was trash, right?
Because the
But
owner.
now that the
Because the
Patriots
owner
are
came
trying to
out.
trade back Tua,
Our fan base, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Because the owner.
are they trying to trade him because Mac Jones is good?
Hold on. Our fan base and our organization can't even admit that we were trying to trade Tua. At least the Patriots came out and said it. That's the only reason we know about it.
What's
No.
Actually,
The dumbasses color
they
didn't want to realize that we were trading
That's what I'm
Tua.
saying. That's normal to
Can you
upgrade
put
the
it on the
quarterback
screen?
position.
The dumbasses didn't want to realize we were trying to trade Tua, color. The real ones knew why we were trying to trade him because in the first 2 years he was fucking absolutely
Yeah,
trash.
but what's changed? We
He
were
got
still
better.
trying to trade him after this season. We were still trying to
3 or 4 months ago, all options were open, according to Josephina Anderson.
All I know, they didn't pull the
Well,
trigger.
listen. At the end of the day, Josh Allen is with them. We got Tua. They got Aaron Rodgers, and they got Mac Jones. It'll be set. It'll be all settled on the field.
Tell you the truth, I knew it was some bullshit when they drafted him. Who drafts a quarterback with a busted hip, bro? I'm old school. You stay away from quarterbacks you stay away from players like that.
100%.
It was bullshit day one. In the fifth round, in your fifth pick, a busted hip. Come on, man. That's where everybody would stay away from. That's old school.
Yeah.
The Dolphins brass dealt with a lot of
At the end of the
headaches.
day, we're gonna have to prove we got the best quarterback room because all quarterbacks can go down.
And then I heard, and then in
Josh
training
Allen can
camp,
bust his knee. Aaron Rodgers can break his elbow.
hold on,
Tua can have
and then
another concussion.
hold on, Pete. And then in training camp, Skylar Thompson plainly was out playing him. So where'd they go with that?
You think I care? Fred, listen to me. Fred, real talk. You think I care that these other Dolphin fans be in their feelings because I keep talking about Skyler? But check this out, Fred, real quick. To add to your point. Hey, Fred, to add to your point, check this out. The leader of the franchise, right? The leader, the face of the franchise, Tyreek Hill, came out and said that Skylar Thompson was the best quarterback that they prepared this week entering the Minnesota Vikings game. Go look at it. Go right now on YouTube. Y'all hear it. Y'all will see it for yourself. Right before the Vikings game, he tells everybody, this week of practice, it was the best all year.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him better than Tua. That don't make him better than Tua.
Wait.
Hold on, Pete. He started that game. That's why he was the best.
They spoke about the preparation. They spoke about the preparation, how
That's
he had
because
the
he
team
started,
prepared.
Pete. That's because he started the game.
Okay,
he was the starter. That's why they prepared him.
And one more thing, Pete. Now
He did an amazing job. He was better than Tua at preparing the team.
Now all the coaches, because
Tua was out. He wasn't an
now the coaches don't have a chance because they have to fucking work with him. The coaches don't have a fucking chance because they have to work with him.
Exactly.
What kind of pressure the fuck is that on coaches, man? Either you work.
Skyler and Teddy was the only one listed at.
This team is so screwed. Check this out. This team is not even worried about losing a coach next year. Well, are we afraid of losing Frank Smith? Oh my God. Is Frank Smith gonna think about that? Oh my God, they're gonna poke Frank Smith away from us next year.
I said it before, I'm gonna say it again, man. This quarterback is a coach killer, bro. A coach killer.
This guy's a coach killer. We can't bring in coaches who you have to overpay for talent.
And damn sure can't bring in no competition.
He has
What are you
small
ta-
hands, like they said today on Pat McAfee show.
What are
They
you
clearly
talking
said
Hey,
about,
today on
Fred,
Pat
man?
in your
McAfee show
opinion, Fred,
about his
what
small
coach you
hands.
think he killed? What coach did he kill?
Oh, he
What?
killed.
Oh my God, he killed Chan Gailey.
He
He
killed
killed
Flores, bro. He killed Flores. He killed Chan Gailey. He's about to kill
yeah.
McDaniel, bro.
He
Why do you
scared
believe
Brian
that?
Daboll
I'm
from
gonna
Oh
being
tell
our
my
you,
head
tell you
coach.
goodness,
like
I
this.
don't
David
believe
Peterson
what I'm
And I'm
said
gonna
hearing.
tell you
no.
like
I
this.
cannot
I'm gonna tell
believe
you
I
what
like
the.
don't
this
believe what I'm hearing.
I cannot
he
believe what
can't
I'm hearing right
because
now. I really
because he
don't.
listen because he
Huh?
can't maneuver in the pocket. Now he's killing
Can't maneuver.
offensive line
Oh my
coaches, bro.
God! Cannot maneuver in the pocket. Are you freaking kidding me?
You're right. You're right. Tua's footwork is trash, bro. It is. It's
And you
trash.
know
Are
what?
you
This is
freaking
why he's
kidding
getting hurt.
me?
His
So
footwork
you
is
Are
trash. This is
you
why he's getting
freaking
hurt.
kidding me? He can't move in the pocket.
No, he
He's
can't.
My
slow as
God,
hell,
I
and he
thought
No,
I
he
got
heard it
can't.
slower.
all. I heard it all. I heard it all.
I'm gonna tell you, if he knew
Okay,
how to move in
I
the
heard it
pocket, if he
all.
knew how to move in the pocket, he wouldn't have got hurt in Green Bay if he got hurt at all.
So you under the impression that he got 4 coaches fired?
In my opinion, you damn right. You damn right.
Okay, well, I
Wow.
tell you what, I'm
You
gonna
damn
ask.
right.
I'm gonna ask y'all something. If he's a coach killer,
Okay,
why does
that's your
Nick Saban
opinion.
still
Fine.
have his job with Alabama? If he's
Why
a
does
coach
why
killer,
does what? Why does what? Why does what?
why does he still have? Why does Nick Saban still have his job
Oh man,
at
come on, man.
Alabama if
Nick
he's a
Saban
coach
getting
killer?
fired from Alabama. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't come at me with that.
And why is
Why
McDaniel
ain't
still
Saban
here?
get fired at
Exactly.
Alabama?
Come
Come on,
Why
on
is
man.
now,
McDaniel still
come
here
on now,
then?
y'all
We
going
right
too
here.
far for
We
this
right
Why
here.
is
here in
McDaniel
the
still
NFL.
here?
We
Why is
right
he
here in
at
the NFL
Alabama?
seeing what it is right now, bro. We in the NFL right now
Alabama,
seeing
he's
what
a
it is.
god in Alabama.
I didn't even watch Alabama. I ain't give a shit about no Alabama game or no other college game for that matter. But I see what our team is doing and what they're not trying to do.
Jesus Christ, bro. Oh
Our
my
team
God.
is
Are you?
trying to prove
Oh my
points to the
goodness,
fan
man.
base. You hear Christopher Greer,
Wow.
Fred? This guy literally, Chris Greer, comes out and says, "That's how you know our general manager's listening to us, bro." It's
If the
funny
coaches,
as hell.
if the
He
coaches,
co-
if the
Hey, it's a
coaches,
joke at this point. Our general
Mr.
manager's worried about our
Mr.
thoughts
Paul,
because he
if
comes
the
out and
coaches
says,
didn't get,
"Oh,
if the,
the
if the
general manager
coaches,
comes out and says it's you guys that are more
Mr.
worried
Paul,
about the offensive line
if
and
the
tight end,
coaches,
not
if the
me."
coaches, hold on, Pete. If the
He's
coaches
listening
didn't
right
get,
now.
I have
hold
a
on,
good question for you.
Pete, hold on. If the coaches ain't getting fired, then they quitting. Talking about what's it called? What's his name from Detroit? The
What
coach
do you
from
mean?
Detroit.
Well,
Dude, look, let me
Come
tell
on,
you
Nick Saban
something,
hasn't quit.
Fred,
Yeah,
this
let
fan
me
base
ask you
can
a
sit
question,
here
man.
and try to spin whatever narrative they want to spin, Fred, but the reality
Hey,
is,
Pete,
Coach
what was the
Flores,
coach
hold on,
name?
hold
What
on.
was the coach name from Detroit that quit? That's because he got sick. What was his
No,
name?
Chan Gailey. Hey, check this
No,
out. They
not
said,
Chan
oh,
Gailey.
This is
The
Oh, I
guy
know
fucking
from
you
Detroit.
talking
I'm gonna
The
about
tell
the
guy
you what
from
black
happened to
coach.
Detroit.
Chan
Hey,
Gailey.
real quick.
I'm gonna tell you what happened to Chan
Wrong.
Gailey.
Hold up one
Chan
second.
Gailey, they said Chan Gailey quit or he got fired, right? Chan Gailey didn't get fired. That
He didn't
dude
get
quit.
fired. He quit. He
He quit
resigned.
on tour. He said,
So
y'all
No,
gonna
you're talking
deal
about
with
the other
this?
one.
hold
This is
on
what
real
y'all
No,
gonna
you're
quick.
do.
talking
I'm
about the
not gonna
Detroit,
waste my
the
career
first
here.
offensive
He's gone.
coordinator.
So hold on real quick. Does Flores not take any blame for the communication and the rift he caused within the building? I just want to have Fred that.
Hell
He
no,
takes
Hey,
that was
blame for
all made up,
communication and
Robert. I'm not
collaboration
believing
I
this
any
is
want
of
to
my
have
that.
take.
Fred that.
only to the extent that Stephen Ross said it was communication and collaboration.
Yeah. You know,
So my
let's be
question is
with that.
exclusively
Who
for
cares
Fred,
about
not
if
specific
Flores
to
got along with this one in this one in the office or that one in the office? The team was going in a good direction, bro.
This is fucking ridiculous.
Who cares
I
about
can't. Yeah,
Yeah,
Lewis,
but
I'm
what
with
first
you
you
they
right
thought
put
there.
about
blame
Flores
based
in the
on
so
office?
just
Lewis,
The
I
team
am
was
with
on
you
the
right there,
upside.
bud. I
The
so
can't
when
believe
those
how
team
they
was
can
on
come
the
here and
upside.
say
I don't
that.
care
I
if
thought I
nobody
heard everything.
didn't
meetings
like
for
you.
coaches,
You talking about this man killing the
So
coaches? Come on now,
Tua
y'all got
is a
to chill.
coach killer
hold
now.
on,
This
Coach
is
Oh my
Q.
true.
God.
Y'all
Coach
know it
Q.
too.
hold on. So when
Coach
reports
Q.
came out,
Got to
So
be
then
kidding
Ryan
me.
Tannehill is a coach killer too, right?
We don't
Ryan
care
Tannehill
about
is a
that. We're
coach
talking
killer.
about about right now. Y'all stop moving the goalposts.
No, stop. No. Was Ryan Tannehill a coach killer too?
Bro, we
Because I'm
don't
sure
care,
that
bro. We're
Jay
wasting
Fiedler
our
was
time
a
right now.
coach
We're
killer.
letting
No,
Emmanuel
you want to know
oh my
something?
God.
You bring up
yes,
that. You bring up
for
that
fun,
thing, so I
Alex.
guess Ryan Tannehill's the same thing, right?
What is yes, Alex?
What is what?
You said Ryan Tannehill was a coach killer, and I said, what is yes, Alex? For 200.
Okay, so and then Tua is a coach killer now? Because last I
That's
checked,
what we're talking about. Yes, we don't care about
See,
that.
wait a minute. See, this is the mistake you just made. I didn't say Tua was. I came
no,
in
not
to,
you. I didn't say you, Color.
Okay, but I came in to answer your question about Ryan Tannehill, which is irrelevant to the question about Tua.
Exactly. That's what you're doing,
So
Alex. You're
McDaniel
moving.
still has his
But
job
check this
after
out.
one season.
But Alex,
McDaniel has his job after one season.
Alex.
Brian Flores was coach for 2 years under Tua. Okay? And then
This
gets
is
fired.
Alex. Here's another thing.
It was officially
Okay.
3 years, Alex.
Look, here's another thing that this fan base, you guys seem to just like forgive.
God,
like
bro.
one thing about Dolphin fans, I think you guys are so gullible. You guys, I think you guys will buy fake jewelry at the swap shop. I think you guys are liable to buy fake jewelry at the swap shop because at the end of the day,
come on,
this
Pete,
is the problem.
swap shop. Come on,
yeah,
now you
they'll
better
buy.
than that,
They'll
Pete.
think they're buying
Not the
18
swap
karat
shop.
gold at the swap shop for $50, and they'll believe it. That's how gullible this fan base is at this point. Because did we forget that if we didn't make the playoffs, if we didn't backdoor our way in, we were gonna have possibly a new head coach and a new GM. What would
I
the
don't think
whispers
McDaniel would have been
were?
fired even if we did not make the playoffs.
The
don't agree with that.
they were
I
loud
don't
and
agree
they
with
weren't
that.
quiet whispers. They were
let me-
I
loud
don't think he would have
whispers
been
going
fired.
out.
No.
That
I do
Stephen
not
Ross
agree with
was
that.
already
There was
saying
chatter
if
about
they
hitting
miss
that
the
reset
playoffs,
button.
they might get
There
fired.
was some chatter about hitting that full reset button.
And those were loud whispers then, right, Crypto?
Yeah, they were talking about that.
Yep. I'm not making it up. That's the fact.
I mean, did you think it was a coincidence that the owner actually gets the game balls for the last game or for a Jet game? I mean, there's a thank you for not firing me game ball.
Yep. Somebody has a bad mic, man.
Jesus Christ, bro.
You ain't kidding. It sound like a mixer.
It definitely does sound like a mixer. That's a vacuum cleaner.
Oh.
That's
This is
Robert.
ridiculous, man.
Wasn't me. I'm not by a vacuum cleaner.
Graduated from.
But
we graduated
you
from
have-
Tua has a noodle arm to Tua sucks to a coach killer. Are you kidding me right now?
You're just finding this out, Alex? Is that why it hurts right now?
I don't think
Bro,
Tua's a coach killer. I do not
I've
agree
never
that
heard some
kid, he's a
asinine
coach
stuff in
killer.
my life. I have never heard some asinine stuff in my life, bro.
Hey,
So
Mr.
only, you can
Noob.
make that statement if McDaniel gets fired and Tua survives.
Mr. Noob, I'm not going to be lied to, okay? If you don't
But
like it,
until that
change
happens-
the
until
channel.
that happens,
The
we have to
problem
wait
in
and see.
Miami is the quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa. It is what it is.
Hey, by the way, Noob, I agree with you, man. This is the '92 Dream Team.
So
Jesus
when you weren't
Christ,
assigning any blame to the head coach, and there's reports that come out that he stopped meeting with his coaching staff, I have problems with that statement. Like,
you know what
if
we
you
should do?
build a relationship
But to
like
what?
that,
But
then
Robert, to
like-
what extent?
Hey, Shay,
It's
let
not
me
like
ask you a
everybody
question.
went in the following week for 8 straight weeks and drew up plays in the dirt and decide we're gonna call plays and this is the game plan for next week's opponent. So
Hey,
by definition, you
Crypto.
have to meet with your coaching staff on a week by week basis to know the game plan going into the next week.
Crypto,
Is
there
those
was reports.
reports really true?
Can I respond to that?
Because
Yes,
to what
they were
extent?
confirmed. They were confirmed too.
I don't buy it because you cannot sit up there and tell me they went 8 weeks in a row, went
I
on an
agree with you,
8-game
Scott
winning
Jackson.
streak, and decided that we're going to draw plays in the dirt for the next opponent and go off a whim.
So,
Listen,
Who does that? What team does that?
Crypto,
Let me
I just
respond to
want to
that.
point out real quick. Crypto, I want to point out real quick. They can't draw the dirt in the NFL because the defense will see the plays they got to do like this. They got to draw it on their hand.
That's true.
So,
I'm just saying,
hold
but
on.
this notion that
let
you
me
don't
respond
meet
to
with
that
your
real quick.
coaches, but to what extent is that? That's my question.
Crypto, let me try and answer. I'm with you. Like, it doesn't make 100% sense, but the fact that that's even coming out as a report and it's not widely disputed, there are problems with that. That means whatever you did inside that building created some kind of rift, and you, as the head in that organization, owe some level of responsibility to it.
But right, it gets debunked because they came together at the team at the time that they're making those accusations. And
So
one
that could be
important games
either,
against
but
Robert
teams.
thinks because it makes sense for one team is going to make sense for the Dolphins.
But
so
Robert, you got to remember, we was
Crypto,
winning a
let
lot
me
of games based
respond,
on the
man.
strength. I get
Let
you,
me,
but I'm just
let
saying
me
we was
respond. Like,
right. But I'm
I'm
not
trying to
finished with
respond.
the whole line of
All
thought.
right,
I'm saying the defense.
finish your train of thought, and I will.
A lot of us was assuming we was winning games on the strength of our defense,
And
meaning that the defense has to
wait a
be
minute.
called.
Define widely disputed. The man sued the NFL and the Miami Dolphins.
Wait, hold on, Color. But I'm just saying our defense play is greatest down the stretch in those final 8 games. So there had to be some communication with some kind of coaches to say we're going to stop our next opponent, and we was really blanking guys for those last 8
Ironically,
games.
Ironically, the hate
Can
that
I
this
actually
defense gets,
respond to
So
the
Crypto?
some
last 4
communication
weeks of
had
the
to happen
season, we
between
were like a
You
top
know what?
5
our
Can
coaching
defense.
staff.
Can I
Yeah,
respond? All right.
yeah. Go ahead.
So there's two ways to look at that. Crypto. Either you had a rift in the building and you removed the problem, and people started cooperating better together, and we don't actually know what the source of the rift is. But
I
those
can't hear. I
reports
ain't hear
were
nothing you
just
just said.
one point, one
I'm
We
having
can't.
a
source.
hard
We can
time
barely
hearing
hear
you.
you, Robert. We can barely hear you, bro.
I could
It
barely
sounds
hear
like
Is
you
you're
it
when
breaking
you
better?
up,
said
bro.
that last one.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
this
exactly.
better?
We can hear you. You sound no. You
You
sound
can hear me
muffled.
now?
Yeah, you're good
Is
now. Go
this
ahead.
okay?
It's a little better.
So if you're looking at like cooperation, improvement of organization, and efficiency in operations, sometimes
Oh,
removing a
Jose's a hater.
problem does actually sit there and significantly improve it overall. So if he was the source of a problem, and this is definitely conjecture, none of us actually know what happened, but if he was the source of the problem and you remove it, then things are going to operate better. So to sit there and blanket
But
say that it couldn't have happened, which I don't think is actually what you're saying, is a fallacy. Uh, but the fact that it occurred and the fact that that cooperation degraded to that point, to where there was just serious communication issues within the building, the head
Who
chef,
said anything
it
about serious
yeah,
communication issues?
yeah.
Where are
But
you
Robert,
getting that from?
wasn't
the
done
reason why I
even.
This
contest
I
guy's
it because
wasn't
moving
done
it. I tell
finishing
y'all
my
all the
It
time.
could be
but
anywhere
but
from. Hold on.
statement.
It could.
Hold
Let
it,
me
let me
answer. Hold
finish.
on, guys.
I
It could be
wasn't finished
anywhere
my
from.
statement.
It could
Let
be
me
anywhere from. Hold on.
please
It
let me
could be
finish my
any.
statement. Let me finish my
It could.
statement before you color, please. I wasn't done. You're jumping to a conclusion, and I finishing the statement actually.
Damn what did you say,
That's
Robert?
the part I had the question about to begin with. Where do you get defined widely refuted? Because you say that there was serious communications issues, which has not been widely refuted. So that makes it fact?
Explain that part exactly,
God
Robert.
is not widely refuted either.
Now his mic is broken when he gets cut up. That's why I be telling. They just be using nice words and
no,
word
I was
things
only
out
trying to
nice, but
get
they
to the
don't make
bottom because
sense.
that's such a broad statement when
Can you
Mike
hear
say
me?
you're
Can
not
you hear me?
communicating with coaches.
Can you
That
hear
to me
me?
means
But it
that
never.
Can you
But
everybody
hear
but
isn't
it
me?
could be
calling up
anywhere.
plays on
It
their
could be
own and
anywhere
game
from
plans
simple
and making
disagreement.
plans for the
It
following
could be
week.
anywhere from simple disagreement about one player to the man was, a crazy
Can
man
you
in the
guys
building.
hear me? Color, can you hear
Yes, we
me?
can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes,
Explain
All right.
yourself,
yes, I hear you.
Robert.
I hear you.
What color said?
So I'm trying, Pete.
I can't hear
So
nothing
what
you
I
said,
Went
bro.
back in the blender now.
I didn't hear nothing you said, bro. Nothing.
It sounded like he was breaking up.
You know, I know how to make a mic
Yeah.
go bad too. The same that whenever he has to explain himself to Color's response, he's gonna keep doing that. Color, keep cooking.
Jesus Christ.
No,
No, I'm
no,
just saying that. I'm
my
just
only
saying that we only it could be anywhere from a simple disagreement and him not wanting to play ball with one player, or it could be he was stomping around the building like certain people made him out to be, and I mean, some of this stuff is ridiculous that they put out, man. I'm
And we'll
sorry
go.
if you If you're
wanna know
putting
what's
that
funny?
out, if you're putting that out as serious communications, I don't recall Stephen Ross saying that there were serious communication issues in the building and that's why we're firing Flores. I don't recall him saying that.
You want to know what's funny though? People want to sit there
for the last 8 weeks.
People want to sit there and criticize Tua, with
deservedly so.
But yet Tua was the starting quarterback when Flores was winning, right?
Yeah, but Flores didn't want to win with Tua. It was you know what, Alex? Tua makes an offensive coordinator's job hell.
I'll say he does. I'll say he does.
Brian Flores
makes everybody's job tough.
We played our best defense in the final 8 games of the season. So by definition, he has to have some communications with at least some part of his coaching staff in order to put together
Alex,
a game
let me
plan
ask
to
you a
shut out the
question, Alex.
opponents for the
Follow
week.
along.
That's
follow
why
this track.
that doesn't make sense.
Hold on,
Not
Crypto.
real quick.
Hold on, I want to answer Alex. I want to answer you, Alex. So follow my track. Follow my track for a second, okay? And just answer me this: do you think that we're going to beat the Giants this year?
Yeah, of course we're going to beat the Giants this year.
Okay. I just wanted an answer to the question and listen to how you answered that question. Right? You're like, of course we're going to beat the Giants, like as if it was crazy for me to even ask, right? Well, that's
exactly how I took that response, Tyler. Like if it was even crazy.
That's one of the. Hold on, Pete, stop. Pete, stop. Okay, because the Giants are precisely one of the teams that we beat during that stretch you're talking about, when Tua beat teams, even though Flores was the coach,
and had over like a 70 or 80% passing completion percentage.
So he sucks.
Be careful, Pete. You might be mistaken for being a 2 in there. Be careful, because you said he had 80% completion percentage.
I'm just saying, why did you answer so quickly about the Giants? About beating them this year?
I think this team is good enough to win.
Okay.
But yet the thing is that we sit here and come up with this BS narrative that Tua is a coach killer, that the guy sucks, that the guy can't throw outside the numbers, that the guy has a noodle arm, that the guy can't play, the guy can't move around in the pocket, the guy has bad QB presence. Like what
all
the
of that,
hell
bro.
are we talking about here?
All of that, bro. Like you tell me something. You tell me something he's good at.
Was #1 rated quarterback last season in a limited number of games. And
He had 3 good games. He had 3 good games. He had 3 good games in 2 years.
Trevor Lawrence and Tua Tagovailoa had similar numbers, and Trevor Lawrence played a full season.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Yeah,
no kidding. He had it long. He had more. Right. So you can't, bro. Do you see what you're doing there? He had more games. Like that's supposed to matter. That actually makes Trevor look better.
Like, are you kidding me here?
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding you.
No, not you, Color.
Because you can cherry pick 13 games, which is what Tua played in. Okay, and what would he have done in the other 4 games? What would he have done in the half a game that he couldn't finish in?
I believe we would have beaten Cincinnati if he would have stayed in that game.
You can't say that he would have
lost your mind. You lost your mind.
That he would have been the #1 passer just because you stopped at 13 games. That just makes the other quarterbacks less advantaged. They had to put 4 more games in and take the risk of looking bad.
Let me say this. If Tua finished that Cincinnati game, we beat Cincinnati. We're 4-0.
You lost your mind. You lost your mind.
If Tua plays that Buffalo game, we beat Buffalo.
Well, just go and admit, Alex, we'll be undefeated if he plays 17
Please, man. Hey, Alex, don't forget.
Why did we beat Buffalo in the regular season?
Hey, Alex.
Why did we beat Buffalo in the regular season?
Melissa and
Alex.
Thank you.
Just
Alex.
say it, Alex.
Can I say
Why
something?
would he repeat it if he
Buffalo in
plays
the
every
regular
game?
This is
season.
just
Because you
asinine.
seem to believe that we never going to lose a game he plays in, as if he's
Can I?
Bob Greasy.
Yeah, as
That's
if
the only
Waddle's going to
quarterback that has
catch
a
one
right
of
to
those
say
three
that.
passes.
Alex.
As if Waddle's going to catch one of those three passes because Tua threw it. Yeah, I know.
Can,
I'm familiar. I'm familiar with the left-hand spin bullshit.
hold on. Hey, Alex, can I?
No, color.
Alex, can
Here's
I
what
say
you're wrong.
something?
There's only one quarterback in
Here's
NFL
where
history has a right to
here's
say
where you're
that.
wrong. Now
Or
I'm
two.
not. I
Willie
am
and
not.
freaking Greasy are the only quarterbacks that can say guaranteed victory
But
if I play,
Crypto, hold
because
on.
they did have a victory in every game they played
Crypto,
once
hold
upon a
on.
time. They're the only quarterbacks in NFL history that can say that.
Okay, whatever. That's fine. Whatever. But here's the thing. If Waddle catches a couple of those passes, yes, we do beat Buffalo. I am not sitting here saying that Skylar had a bad Buffalo game. He
I'm not
played
trying
well
to. I'm not trying to
in
even.
the playoff
Did you
game.
hear me use the word? Did you hear me use the man's name?
I thought
we
I'm
were
just
talking
saying.
about Tua. You said that we would have beat Buffalo if Tua plays, and I asked the question of what makes you think that Waddle would have caught one
The
of those
game would
three
have been
passes.
called a lot differently if Tua was in that game.
Okay.
Oh,
So
man,
now
you
you're
know
saying
what?
that the game is called
biased
differently
and
for a
gonna
The
different
game's called
quarterback.
different.
So
Get out of
who
here,
is
man.
responsible for
the
that?
coaches is actual cherry picking on. He has favorites, huh? He's gonna be specialized for one player
You know,
versus over another versus being favored.
As far as I remember,
It goes
as
back
far
to
as I
color. It
remember,
goes back
Tua had.
to
Wait a
your theory,
minute.
color.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Color,
Wait
it
a
goes
minute.
back to
As
your
far as I
theory.
remember, as far as
The
I
10-4
remember,
Hatman's
Tua
gonna
had
come out and
several
get
games. Bro, as far as I remember, Tua had several games where he threw more than two bombs like that.
Check this out, color. It goes back to your theory. If Alex is right, maybe Waddle doesn't drop those three passes if Tua throws the ball left-handed.
Hey,
Yeah, that means that
I,
Waddle is
can
in
I,
collusion to throw a game because of a quarterback.
No, it's
can I,
because of the spin of the ball,
can I
Crypto.
add
He
this?
doesn't drop them if Tua
Hey,
plays
Pete,
that
can
game.
You know what?
I
You know what? Here's the thing. We're gonna go
Bullshit,
4-13
Pete. That's
because
Cherry
straight
picking on who you're
bullshit.
gonna catch the ball for.
we're gonna lose. We're gonna go 4-13
You're opening
because Tua's the
yourself up for
quarterback.
the
There you
10-4
go.
Come on, man.
Hatman
Come on,
to
man.
come
Come
out
on,
and
man.
put a
There you
narrative
go.
out there that Waddle is only catching for one player.
Damn right.
When you do
will
that,
never
you're
ever
leaving it
spill
open
that.
for the 10-4 Hatman to say that and fill that
I will
void.
never ever spill that
You won't
narrative,
say
color,
it, but
because
a
I have gone
freaking
on.
10-4 Hatman will come out and fill that void and say that.
Crypto. I have come out repeatedly and shut that shit down with people who said that Waddle was only sabotaging Skylar.
Fucking right he
I have
was.
come out
Okay,
repeatedly
well
and
then
said
don't
that.
say that he would be a guaranteed victory because he will only catch balls because it's coming in a different direction from Tua.
I bet you
opening the door for the 10-4 Hatman to fill that void.
The play call would have been different in that game if Tua was the quarterback.
Come on, man.
I'm telling you, Alex.
I'm not going to sit here. I am not going to
I'm
sit
telling
here
you,
and
number
say.
one.
Even if the
Number
play
one.
call was
Color.
different, it doesn't change the
Crypto,
fact that a
I am
pass
not
was
going to
dropped.
sit here and say that Skylar had a bad game.
But
Can
Alex
somebody
is
look
not
it up?
saying
Can somebody
Crypto.
look up how many games Tua threw
Hey,
more
color.
than two bombs in a
Hey,
game?
color.
I know
Hey,
it's more
color.
than one.
But
Hey,
you're not
hey,
getting it, Alex.
Hey, color. Color.
Crypto.
Let me shut
Alex,
that shit down. Let me shut that
Alex,
shit.
Crypto. Alex is not saying that Waddle dropped the. And again, from what I heard, he's not saying Waddle dropped the passes if Tua wasn't what's it called. That's Fred. That's basically saying Waddle is dropping passes for Skylar instead of Tua. That's Fred that's saying that. That's not Alex. I
Fucking
don't know
right,
why
that's
you
what
want
he
to
said.
Alex.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not,
fucking me.
Lewis, I'm
And
not
you know
saying
what?
that. I'm saying
And
when
you know
Alex
what?
make the statement that only we will win because of one player being inserted when there was another player, the receiver, that was the responsibility,
Yeah,
not
I
the
don't agree with
quarterback.
that. No, I don't agree with that. Yeah,
Tyreek
right. I
dropping
don't
them
agree with
too.
that.
It was the
I
receiver
am
that
not-
was the responsibility, not the. A different play could be called. It doesn't negate a receiver dropping a pass.
I agree with that. I agree
with you, Crypto. I do.
Hey,
yeah,
look,
I think
look.
that's what I'm saying. I think Alex was agreeing with you, Crypto.
Hey.
It's Fred. Fred is the one
Look,
that's saying
can I say this? Can I
that
say this?
Skylar Thompson is getting sabotaged, and that's not
Look,
the case.
look,
Waddle
and let me
just dropped the ball. It's more on Waddle. It has nothing to do about what quarterback
Exactly.
the Waddle.
Now, this is what I
but
want to
That's
say
what I'm
because
saying.
Lewis,
If
hold
you
on,
go
hold
hard
on,
in on the
hold
quarterback,
on,
and
hold
blame
on,
the
hold on, because
quarterback,
I want to make
then
sure.
you leave it
Yeah,
open for the 10th
I want to make
boiling.
sure I'm not a part of that Fred take there. I don't want people to say, "Oh, Pete is part of that." I don't believe that. Now, what I do believe
Look,
is that
man,
Jalen
don't
Waddle
bail out on me now, down, Pete. I'm about to put him down for real.
Hold on. Jalen Waddle didn't have the same energy in that game. he didn't have the same moxie. It wasn't his guy throwing the ball, so he was out there just like whatever. He
I
didn't
don't want to
really.
hear
I'm gonna
that
tell you like
neither
this. Look,
because
How about
again,
this? How about this?
no.
Jalen Waddle was out there just like the rest of the Skylar Thompson haters were. They all said we were gonna lose, and they all said we were gonna lose the
Alex, don't
playoff
worry.
game.
I
All
got
the Dolphin
Alex.
fans said we were gonna lose the playoff game because Skylar was
Alex,
starting,
I got it. I
and we
got
were
it
gonna
again,
lose big.
Alex, don't worry about none of that. Pete, you cannot say that because again, if you're saying that Waddle was like nonchalant in the game, oh, Skylar Thompson's playing, so I'm not taking it real serious and stuff. Okay, that's fine. I won't debate that with you. What I will debate is then we got to Color's point. Then we got to get rid of Waddle then because
I've been saying that though, Lewis.
But no. Again, but this is where I don't agree because Waddle has to drop passes when Tua's been in the game. So are we going to call him last days ago in those games too?
No,
I think Waddle just has a drop problem. I think Waddle has to do a better job. It has nothing to do about what quarterback is fucking cheating.
Hold on, fellas, please. I'm glad I'm able to have this conversation with you, Lewis, because look, not only did I sit here and say I felt like
it's funny that we've come a long way from me saying that 3 months ago, and now it's in vogue to say that now because the people are finally realizing it. But hey, that's cool.
I never debated. First of all, I just want to say I never debated Color always saying Waddle needed to catch the ball with his hand. I never debated that, Color. So that's other people. I never once debated you in none of that.
I know, Lewis. I'm talking about people roasting me for even criticizing Waddle to begin with. You know what I mean?
No, right. I got
I never did either, Colin. I never criticized you for roasting Waddle. Now, the problem is. The problem is that Waddle does have a drop problem.
I gotta switch devices.
Waddle
I'll be right back.
does have a drop problem, and it's not just with Scott; it's also with Tua. And he has a drop problem. If he can fix those problems,
Now that we're all back calmed down, Alex, you made a point. Now that we're all back speaking one at a time again, you made a point a minute ago that said that the game plan was called differently. Okay. And what I'm trying to tell you is, without looking up the numbers, I can just know from memory that there are plenty of games where Tua threw more than 2 bombs. So the game plan might have been different, but situationally the plays happened. And I don't recall a game where Jalen Waddle outright dropped 3 dimes from Tua.
Hey, can I go after you, Color?
So what I'm saying is, regardless, I'm trying not to put it on Tua. What I'm trying to say is, it don't matter. What you said was Tua would have. The way you said it was Tua would have guaranteed us winning against Buffalo, and I'm saying that the only way that would be possible is if Waddle didn't drop 3 passes like that, Tyreek didn't drop an important first down, and Gesicki didn't drop one across the middle of the field. They could have gone all the way.
Hey, Color, check it out, Color. You're saying Tua would have won that Buffalo game if he'd have played. Okay.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm telling Alex why he's wrong about that.
Not you, Color. Not you, but a lot of the fans are saying Tua would have won that game if he'd have played. But if I remember, Tua lost the previous 2 games before Green Bay.
Well, he lost to Buffalo.
Well, maybe even 3.
In the similar situation, big game in Buffalo, he lost by almost the same margin.
But you see what I'm saying, Color? He was on a losing streak going into the playoffs if he'd have got there.
He lost to Buffalo by a combined, 4 points in total as far as all 3 games? It's only 4 points.
He had a very good game against them.
One of them we lost by 3, one of them by 4. I can't remember which one.
Whatever, man. He lost the previous 2 games before Green Bay, and we were going into the playoffs.
Point out one thing: wins and losses are honestly a team stat.
Oh man!
And some of these games are too close to be just on one player.
Well, again, Robert, you heard me tell you why I thought we lost the game against Buffalo. Hold on, but you heard me.
Nobody. I blame the Bills.
But you heard me say why I thought we lost against Buffalo with Tua because of the play calling when the snow started to fall. I think we had that game if we consistently keep running there.
Yes,
I
you're right,
disagree
Thor.
with you,
I
Coward.
believe
Greg
that
just
too.
keeps pointing everything
I
at
believe that
the
too. I
QB.
believe if
Like,
McDaniel
that's the
sticks a
reason I make
run,
that
I
statement.
believe we beat Buffalo in the
If we
snow
would have got the
in
ball
December.
last, we would have won. They got the ball last, they won.
Right, but we had a chance to stop them from getting the ball last.
Because McDaniel went away from the
Yeah,
run coming out of the half.
You got to kick the ball off, not unless you're kicking onside
I'll
kick.
be right back, guys. I gotta call my wife.
No,
real
we
quick.
had the ball with like 6 to 9 minutes left. I can't remember what the exact number was, and we had a
It
chance.
was less. It was 6 minutes.
And we had a chance to salt that time away, and we couldn't because the snow started to fall, and we kept throwing into it.
Isn't that right, co-host?
Exactly. Yeah, and then they forced the punt. They got the ball on their own 4-yard line and drove it down.
And they drove it down, eating every bit of time left.
Yeah, they ran out the entire clock.
I mean, we lose a lot of games like that. We lose a lot of games like that, where you're just like, oh, there's 4 minutes left. They got the ball. Yeah, and it's on our defense. I can see that. I understand that. But when you're talking about you had a chance to take that time away from their offense and you did nothing, that's not on the defense.
Yeah, because you had the ball prior to punting the ball away.
Crypto, I've been saying that in the spaces for a long time.
I've been saying that for 2 years,
we don't,
man.
We don't do. If we run the fucking football 20 plus times or more, we beat Buffalo 3 times. Period.
No,
but instead of accepting the limitations of our quarterback, no. But that's the problem. We can win with a quarterback that has limitations, but we can't do it if we're not willing to accept what those limitations are.
And we need to also understand what
being successful early in the game doesn't guarantee success late in the game.
Well, the thing is this.
And to his credit, Tua actually completed one of those passes out to the flat. Bless his heart, throwing into the snow. It was a shoestring catch, but damn, he got it out. They got it there. And it's like, damn, man, what are you letting this guy throw the ball for? It's like
that was a nice pass too.
Hey, Crypto, this is one paradigm that I hear no one talking about. Who was one of our best defensive backs that we have on our team right now?
Best defensive backs.
Yeah, well, give me who's arguably our best defensive back this year? Well,
right now, Jalen
Ramsey,
X-Man.
Jalen Ramsey.
Well, not excluding Jalen Ramsey. Excluding Ramsey.
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
As a wide receiver, Mountie as a wide receiver, I have to go with X because of his hands.
Let me drop this on you.
I'm not saying
X was hurt for most of the season. Okay, he's had groin problems all season. If we run the ball, if we run the fucking football, we keep X off the field longer. We protect him. We protect Tua. We
they
protect
don't
our
stop our run.
That's growing.
I know the second game. Buffalo couldn't fuck with our run at all.
I'm telling
in
you,
the game, but late in the game,
look. This is why I'm not. This is why I'm not Chicken Little on the offensive line, and neither is Chris Greer because he saw what I saw in that Buffalo game. We were owning the trenches.
So hey, Color Lewis.
It's a chess match.
Still there? I gotta get out of here, but thanks you guys for having me. It was a good discussion.
Hey, no problem, Robert. Man, sorry you got broken up, man. We'll continue that
No,
discussion another
I'll finish that conversation with you later.
Sure, man.
I just gotta get going.
Yeah, it was halfway.
All right, Robert.
Have a good one, guys.
We'll go to Germany, Robert, and watch the Chiefs lose.
Man, if I had enough money to get to Germany right now, Crypto, I would be all over it.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Right.
Like that's a what, $4,000 for like a 3-day trip?
Right, we go to Frankfurt, go to some castles, and
surprisingly the flights. Are actually pretty cheap. The flights are actually pretty cheap.
Hey, Rob, it's cheaper than the hotels, right? The flights are cheaper than hotels.
Aren't you in DC?
Yeah, man.
So why don't you go to why don't you go to Andrews and catch a hop over there? The fucking Ramstein.
The Rhein-Main, yeah, Rhein-Main.
My leave process due to where I work, it takes me 60 days in a pre-planned itinerary
I
to leave
think
this country.
doesn't Frankfurt have an air base
Oh,
too?
damn. That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
they do.
They need to
It,
revise
Tyler,
that
it's
fucking
not.
program.
It's not the fact of being able to hop an MT flight. It's the lead time and the uncertainty of flights that really screw that up. Because I have to file my leave 60 days out, and I have to file it through like 3 agencies, and then the
Oh,
COCOM
damn.
commander's AOR, and then a couple other things. Like, there are 8 things that have to get done
There
before I
ain't no
leave the
commanding officer that needs to fart on you or anything.
Dude,
Like,
yo,
it's-
Rob,
Yeah, they make it a
I'm
little
so,
bit difficult now, it seems.
I'm so, yo, Rob, I'm so sorry for all the red tape and bureaucracy that you got to deal with just to go on fucking leave.
It's not bad if I'm staying in the country, but in all honesty, man, I will leave the country to go drink a party any day of the week.
Well,
Like,
maybe you can get some kind of temporary logistical job over in Frankfurt.
I would
Like I gotta
lose
go inspect
$1,200 a
everybody's
month.
belt buckles.
Yeah, right.
If I went and worked out of Frankfurt, I would lose $1,200 a month out of my pay.
Oh damn. Yeah, but man,
So
that's a
that's a
gorgeous.
no-go.
You know
Yeah,
what?
that's a
That'd be
big
like,
hit.
but you know
take
what, Robert?
1,200
That'd be like paying
on not
$1,200
getting any
bucks for a
per diem.
vacation every month, though, man. I mean,
Yeah.
because you'd have so much to do there. You'd have so much to do there. It'd last like a year, 2 years with shit to do, man.
No, if
You
I
won't
go
even
over
miss
to
the money.
Germany, I'm going to stay there for free.
Right,
Yeah,
And
that's the
I'd have
best
no
option.
qualms.
Yeah, to stay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, man, take it easy, bro, and make sure you get there no matter how.
Yeah, take it easy, Robert. Yeah.
All right, Rob.
Is that Mr. Polk?
Take it easy. Take it easy.
We're pressing you, bro. We expect
Is
the
Mr.
footage.
Polk on the panel?
Yeah,
Mr.
it's
Polk.
me,
Yeah,
man.
Mr. Polk up
What's
here.
going
Yeah.
on, Mr. Polk? How you doing,
That's
sir?
him.
I'm doing all right, man. How you doing, my brother?
Look, man, I pray all is well with you and yours, sir.
I feel the same with my brother.
Hey,
And
Crypto,
everybody on this panel.
Hey, Crypto, you heard my broken take last week that you're gonna be the surprise.
The one in Frankfurt.
Yeah, that ends up going to Frankfurt.
Right. I'm going to Frankfurt. Right.
You're gonna use
I
like
heard the
your
tail end of
military ID and shit, you know.
Yeah.
Hop a C-130 over there, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, this used to be a quiet neighborhood.
C-130.
Yo, I flew
Those things are fun to ride
I
in.
flew on a cruise seat. So I had a hammock in the back of a C-130. I flew from Whidbey Island, Washington, all the way to fucking Rota, Spain, in a
That's how I
C-130.
got. That's how my
I
little.
rode
that's
on
how,
the Blue Angel C-130.
That's how
doing the
little.
air
That's
show.
how
Oh, you
little.
did?
Yeah, I did the air show.
That's
on the
how
back
little.
of it,
Oh, you lucky mofo!
ride.
You're a lucky mother.
I did the gravity ride, the anti-gravity ride, where it just shoots straight up and it levels off real quick, and you get
Oh,
that zero gravity effect.
you're a lucky mother.
Hey, that's how little big head 6-month-old color got over here was on a C-130.
Yeah.
Man, I used to love
6
them
months.
air shows.
Yeah.
Good grief, I miss them air shows.
Yeah, the Blue
Yeah,
Angels.
that air show was fun. I was a little nervous though. I'm gonna be honest. I was nervous sitting in the back, strapped in like that. I was like, "Damn, this is worse than a roller coaster ride." That damn C-130 took off straight up, nose up, and levels off, and went a nose dive, and I was like, "Whoa!" It's like I was no weight, man, like no gravity at all. It was crazy.
In fact, it was 2 type air shows. You had the Blue Angels, and then you had the air show with the
Yeah, they wouldn't let us
the planes with the
hot seat the Blue Angel one. Yeah.
Man, I used to love those shows.
You notice, Crypto, how you felt like you were motionless and even weightless, and you're sitting there in suspension, but in actuality, you were falling at the speed of gravity, pulling you to the earth, right?
G-force.
But from your perspective, y'all were stopped inside that plane, like you were all suspended, right?
It's like we stopped.
That's the
It's like
same
nothing
thing
was
that
going
happens
on.
to the. That's the same thing that happens to the football when you keep your freaking eyes on it, man. It literally slows down, bro.
It just stopped. Yeah.
Hey,
it stops.
Listen, guys.
Yep.
I'm gonna do a quick rundown. Of course.
All right.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Also, don't forget W Energy drink. This tastes amazing. I had it. I drank it Sunday. After I drank it, I mowed the lawn. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like when I had a Bang energy drink, I could see into the future. This really didn't make me do that. You know what I mean? This gave me it made me alert and focused. So
see into the future.
Hey, Shake, how many yards you cut, Shake?
I just cut one, man.
2 or 3.
Hey.
And then of course backroom collections. You have one of artwork. They do heat. They do other artwork and the mini helmets. Get 10% off your first order when you put in the code TFTG. And of course, we have El Capitan. You'll be seeing him a lot more soon. Color, of course, he's on the panel with us now. Ali was feeling sick, so I don't think it's going to be broken takes this week. DTA is still furloughed. Lewis is constantly coming up with co-hosting with me, and of course, you know my drive times. I might do one this Friday if nobody's doing anything, and then of course my Saturday nights until Ali comes back for in August. So
okay.
I appreciate everybody. Hit the like. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Support the channel by becoming a member or hit the super chat. So,
hey Shake,
go ahead.
Real quick, DTA King DTA doing all right?
I think he's doing pretty good.
Okay.
I haven't heard from him, but I know he's doing pretty well.
Well, if anybody talk to him, tell him Mr. Polk asked about him.
All right, that's what's up.
I think he may have showed up in Twitter space. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not for sure. Yeah.
Lewis said he was in the chat yesterday or something like he think he said.
I thought he was. That he may have been in the chat.
Oh, the super chat was a super chat today.
Get DTA's ass up here. Get him up here.
Oh yeah.
Hey Shake, did
Somebody's
you get any
just got to piss him off, man. He'll come up if somebody pisses him off.
Not yet.
Hey, what about Mike on the mic?
Atlanta Falcons.
I might. What I might do is I'm definitely gonna. I want to go. I spoke to my cousin. I haven't spoken to him in a while. I'm definitely want to go to the December the Washington game. I'll probably get there Friday and leave Sunday night.
Okay, I got my tickets already to that one.
Mm-hmm.
I got my ticket, Shake, to the the Commanders. So yeah, let me know when you get your tickets, so I can
I'm trying to go to that Dallas game.
What you got, upper level or lower level?
I got upper levels.
Okay,
that Philly game that was expensive as hell. That thing, man, I had to get the upper level on that one. Them things are going for damn near $300 a piece. I got lucky because I used my reward points and stuff and got it. Killed those down to 0 just so I could get in the gate. But yeah.
I'll do the Washington DC when we'll do upper level. Like I said, I'll probably get there Friday night. I'll probably spend I'll probably get in, relax, and then probably spend a couple of hours with my cousin, and then I'll hang out with you if you want. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Friday, Thursday night, and then go to the game.
Hey, I'm trying to get to
the hotel and all that.
I'm trying to get to that Dallas game. Dean is supposed to be going. Doc's supposed to be going. We're gonna try to link up that Dallas game.
Are you going to stay at one of the airports, Shake Money, or what? What are you going? You're going to be at your cousin's, right?
No. I'm not staying with my cousin. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, okay.
No, like I said, meet my cousins. We love each other, but you know what I'm saying, not for too long.
Hey, do the Dolphins play the Steelers this year? Do the Dolphins play the Steelers this year, Shake?
No, not. We played them in 4 years, unless we get a
Steelers.
No, we the same with them.
Yeah, it plays the same. Yeah. 4 years where we place the same.
I know Q happened to hear that.
I'm gonna try to get get to one of them games, man. Give either the Giants, man, or the Eagles. But I'm considering going to the Eagles game, man.
Next game, but next time we play them for the 4th year, it's going to be over there because they came over here.
Yeah.
I got all the division games against them. The Eagles, the Commanders, and Giants game. I just need to figure out to make it to the Cowboys game, I guess, to make it a quadfecta. But that Cowboys game is in December, right?
Yeah, it's a Christmas Eve, I believe.
It's a bad month.
Oh, well, I won't be able to go to that one because that's like
it's a bad month.
During that time is going to be brutal.
Mm-hmm.
Because the game is in December, is going to be brutal.
But no, is there any hotels in DC? Is there any hotels and airports around in the DC area?
Yeah, that's what I say. If you stay on the Maryland side, you're probably gonna come out got best because it's a lot more cheaper as far as the hotels that's close to BWI or in between BWI and Reagan National.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can get a lot of them that's like within.
No, I mean I wouldn't mind like
10 miles.
What I would love to do is get a rent a car, right? Get the rent a car. I'm gonna do all this. And then get a hotel in Maryland, right? Yep. Go to the game. After the game, go straight to the airport, and you know what I'm saying. And just
after the game. That's a 1 o'clock game. You know, that's a 1 o'clock game.
So I'll make sure the flight is around 6 or 7.
6 or 7, yeah. Make sure you want to give yourself a chance for possible overtime. You know.
Yeah.
So yep.
So if I got to chill at the airport listening to pop, so even if it's 8 o'clock, the flight is 8 o'clock, I could just sit in the airport, just play video games on my phone and shit, whatever. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember our tank year we played. We almost, that was the time we could have we tried to go to overtime.
Mm-hmm.
We refused to go to overtime, and we decided to go for a 2-point conversion after we get the Parker catches a touchdown for potentially tie the game. And we went for a 2-point conversion and lost.
Hey, by the way, Mr. Polk.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I got a request the other day. You watched the show In the Blender, right?
Is that on
That's on the show on Larry Case. I think you were there with Chef Jew.
I might have.
Okay, because somebody wants you to be a guest as one of the Bills fans wants you to be Amicus.
Amicus want me what now?
Be a guest on In the Blender show. That's the show I do on Larry Cage channel with the Fanatic Fear fam.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanna jump on in,
Mr. Polk make a good guess.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah, Mr. Polk, you'd definitely be a good guest.
When is it?
I do them on Thursdays.
On Thursday.
I'll probably not this Thursday, but the following. I'll say 2 Thursdays from this tomorrow.
Okay, well, remind me. I don't mind.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I would love to have you on there, man. So what I do is I ask people why they became a Dolphin fan, and you know what I mean. Their favorite games, favorite years. I already, I know why Crypto became a Dolphin fan because, what was it again?
It was the colors that drew me in. Initially, the colors drew me in. And
I thought it was because when we drafted Devontae Parker.
Yeah, that was icing on the cake. That was a cherry on the sundae.
Good shit.
When Devontae was drafted, and I was ecstatic, and I had to make sure that I never turned my back on the Dolphins franchise.
See, now you get Crypto started. Now you better get him started.
No, it was cool, man. I remember. He actually what he told me was when they beat the Bears, the 85 Bears, that was kind of like the turning the tipping point. Would you say?
Yeah, it's like that was like, okay, I got something to root for. was keep rooting for, because I was rooting for them like they was playing the Redskins at the time in their Super Bowls. But yeah, yep. That Bears game was something else. It was loud. We almost got penalties in that game because of our crowd noise. They used to threaten penalizing us because of our noise in the stadium.
But you know what I
And
noticed
Shula
on
had
that
to
game?
tell them to quiet everybody down. Don Shula literally had to freaking tell people to shut up.
Yeah, you didn't see.
because it used to get loud. It used to
Right.
get loud.
You didn't see any Bears fans in the stands.
Right.
Another thing too, I noticed there was no game clock.
Mm-hmm.
There was no
Yes,
game
it was
clock.
like at the back of the tunnel, right near the tunnel. That was like the regular play clock, like you could see kind of by the tunnel. Yeah.
I mean,
But
yeah, that Bears
it
game was a good game. Like I said, I recommend anybody.
That was a wild team.
I would recommend anybody to watch it. It's on YouTube. It's the entire of the game. No commercials. It's fun to watch, man. You can watch O.J. Simpson do the commentary with Joe Namath and Frank Gifford. I
Yeah,
think.
and Frank
Smoking Joe.
Yeah, Frank Gifford, Dan Dierdorf, and Al Michaels and the Groove. Yeah.
It's like, damn, man. How you gonna
I
call
think
a
O.J.
Dolphin when
Simpson
you're...
used to do it too.
Yeah, he was one of the callers in that particular game. It was
Yeah.
it was OJ and
He was there.
it was OJ and Joe Namath. And
Joe,
what was cool
yeah.
was that game, the running back, who was the running back? Walter Payton? Yeah, Walter Payton.
Payton.
Yeah, he had he had 7 games. He tied
Sure
OJ
sweet.
Simpson. He tied OJ Simpson with 7 games. With 7 games of 100 yards or more. And literally
Yeah,
they just
he
they fed him that they
Just
were
so
down.
they could get it to him. Yeah.
Yeah. They just gave all he needed was 10 by the end, and they just gave it to him.
Gave it to him by the end. I thought
Man.
Ditka was gonna sit him. Honestly, I was surprised Ditka did what he did. I really thought he wasn't coming in that game.
But I thought it was hilarious when you saw Larry Ditka on the sideline with a suit and tie, looking like an insurance salesman.
Yeah, he does. He was like sitting on there with a shoe tie, screaming and yelling. I was like, man, Iron Mike, boy, I tell you. Iron Mike, Shake Money, Iron Mike. That's who it was. Boy, he used to come in there with that suit and tie, boy, screaming like crazy. Him and Buddy Ryan just going at each other, man. It was something else. He was frustrated. Marino made him frustrated. I tell you what, nobody made Buddy Ryan as frustrated as Dan Marino did in that game. Boy, I tell you, you want to talk about a god of defenses? It starts with Buddy Ryan. But Marino really had a different agenda that day.
Orange Bar too. Bo Camper said Orange Bar was the best defensive coordinator he had.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I noticed too in the 1930s, if you look at old sports games from the 1930s, and everybody went to the game in suit and ties. You didn't see jerseys like you do now.
Yeah, they were, because Tom Landry wore kind of wore casual khakis, like with the hat. You know, you're right. Thinking about it, coaches back then were wearing a lot of suit and ties.
Yeah, especially Tom Landry.
They were.
He
They were
wears
doing
suit
that.
and a hat.
Even the fans.
Freaking Hank
The fans,
Stram.
too.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. I just thought about that. They were in suits and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Those Tom Flores with that damn checkered suit, with that damn man. But I tell you, the suits he wore, man, was ridiculous.
And you know what I thought that was?
Ask Thomas. Where's Thomas at? He in the chat. Thomas know what I'm talking about.
I have a feeling. I think I know why a lot of the fans wore suits back in the day. I think it was husbands that were snuck out of church. They're like, "Hey, honey, I'll be back. I gotta go real quick," and they went to the ball game.
Right.
No, but here's something else to that too. Even that wasn't just with pro football. That was with college ball too. Back in the days when some of these teams had a special game coming up, or they were playing a good team, people would get dressed up to go and see that game. I mean, they go. Men to head to the barbershop, get all sharpened up, and throw on these suits. The women go get their hair done and come out all dressed up. That used to be thing back in the days. I mean, it's not. It's changed now, but it was like that back in the days.
They just throw on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt and they good to go.
There you go. But man, back in the days, I seen people going almost pretty much wearing suits almost going to these games. Yeah.
But yeah, we're about to hit the 3.5 hour mark. Miles will call it a day. I'll be back Friday. If nothing's going on tomorrow, I'm gonna be in the blender, of course. I think I might have Dolph Freaky on. So if not, I'm gonna have Iceman. I have a pre-recorded Iceman as a backup plan because you never know, life happens. You know what I'm saying?
Iceman is cool. I like him. He's a young guy, young cool guy.
Yes,
young cool guy.
He was a great interview too, by the way. So,
Iceman.
Mounty Fins, any final thoughts before we wrap this up? I guess not. Crazy Dolphin.
It was a pleasure being up here with you guys, man. It's like being with family. So listen, I enjoy all y'all up in the panel and chat room. So fins up the Dolphin Nation. Man. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Good night, brother. I'll put you
all right,
now.
now.
All right, Crypto.
Oh man, good show, Shake Bunny. Thanks for having us, opening up the show for everybody once again.
Yeah, for sure.
Been a pleasure, you know. As Chris Rock said on CB4, there's no such sex in the champagne room.
That's right.
There we
None.
go.
No sex in the champagne room.
Exactly.
Hey, remember, Gemini, you're gonna die twice.
You're gonna die twice. That's it. Yep. Definitely. Fans up.
All right. Hey, what's the other one? If she tells you she's 26 and she looks 20, she's 35 or some shit. That's
She's
whatever.
35.
That's what's up, man. But it was something called it goes, if a girl wears a tongue ring, she's gonna suck your dick, and if a guy wears a tongue ring, he's gonna suck it. Oh man, that was a good show. I might listen to that to this. But anyway, man, all right, guys. Friday night, I'm definitely gonna be back Saturday, and I'm definitely gonna do a Friday. Hopefully El Capitan will be doing a Friday night show, but if not, I got you covered. All right, fins up and good night, guys.